Okay, we should be live, and we should be working in okie dokie right now. I have a plan for this Amazon. You may notice I'm using a bow already. That's because we're going to use a bow pretty much predominantly for normal. But we are going to be using bow throughout the entire thing, but we're also going to be using javelins, because I keep forgetting that I had actually found this lovely right here a while back. I think it was on our first run. So we're going to be doing hybrid. And I already have a plan for it. We're going to be doing lightning physical hybrid. So, and this is all just gear we're going to rotate through. It'll be fine. It'll be good. And hey, Huntron, how's it going? So let's go ahead, save and exit this. We're going to actually start a new game, just fresh, without the highly predictable password. So we'll do that real quick. Create. Okay. And get that set up, and we should be good. But anyway, how's it going? Like I said, how's it going, Huntron? Let's make sure everything is currently functioning properly. It looks like it is. I'm going to go ahead and set this up to where I don't have the preview on that. I can just see the frame rate and everything and all the warnings. And then I'll be able to see everything over here. That should be okay. Question mark. Big question mark. I am testing out new layout, and that is not what I wanted to click. Thank you. I don't need to go to my friend's Etsy store. Thank you very much. So that, and drag this down there. There we go. Now we're good. So I can see all the things that we need to be seeing. Let's go on the Bozon. You're doing a Lightning Fury Javazon at the moment. What breaks do you need to make sure to reach for Lightning Fury? I don't remember off the top of my head, honestly. It's just a matter of, well, fast enough for you to actually do damage. Generally speaking, the faster the better. And there is currently a known... Stop bumping the desk. Known issue with faster attack speed too right now. Why, thank you, Huntron. I am glad that you enjoy my voice. I do speak a little bit differently in real life, unless I'm storytelling. In which case, I talk like this in real life. It's a bit of an odd thing. Once you're on camera, you tend to speak differently, and this is true of pretty much every YouTuber, unfortunately. Yes, even Llama has a YouTube voice. Even no matter how much he... there's an IAS issue where it's uncapped currently. So let's see. Oh, for Lightning Fury, it's increased attack speed, straight up. The only things on the Amazon that are faster cast are going to be your Inner Sight, your Slow Missiles, your Decoy, and your Valkyrie. All of these are attack speed. All of these are attack speed. So, yeah, but we're going Boazon. We're going to be going, most likely, a multi-shot. Because, unfortunately, I don't have a good late-game bow. I have not found a good one for Harmony or anything like that. So we're going to be using the Bariza that we found. And, yeah, we're going to be going with that. And so we're going to be going into multi-shot, which is a little bit better with Bariza than Strafe. Because crossbows are kind of just pants with attack speed on Strafe. We could do it on there. I mean, it wouldn't be terrible. But the starting out plan is to go into multi-shot. And then in Nightmare... lean into the lightning over here, and of course along the way getting all our passives. Are we going to have a ton of points for Valkyrie? No. But it's going to work out fine. But anyway, I decided to start with the bow. I sold the javelins and stuff that we started with just so I could like force myself into bow, and we could actually go along with that fairly easily. Let me make sure my audio is set up properly. Let's go up to 9. And controls... Let's see. I wish... Is there a way... I know that I've seen other people pop it up where they can just load up their custom, but I do not know what button to press for that. So we have Z on zoom. We have that on nothing. No, mouse wheel up should be the next thing. There you go. And then we have E and F. And that should be good. Apply. There we go. But Any hoozle. Hopefully you are doing all right as well, Travis. So let's go get our first few levels. Let's get this party started and just get moving along. And hopefully, and no, we won't get the Arctic Bow at level 2. We're going to get it closer to about level 6 or 7, most likely, because we'll actually get the plus stats from Saigons. Because we are going to be dumping strength for the first few levels, like heavily dumping strength, so we can get Saigons early, get ourselves set up with a few plus stats there, get ourselves kind of squared away, and be extremely happy. I currently don't have a secondary weapon. If we pick up some javelins, I'll throw them on there just as a stabby option, but I'm not going to be relying on them. I'm going to force myself into bows on normal just because that's what I feel like doing. And I know that a lot of people wanted me to do like full-on bow for like the entire run. I'm going to be doing kind of a mixed thing. So sorry if that upsets a few people, but it'll have to be fine. Because I feel like horsing around and messing with all the different items that we found. Because that's kind of what playing Untwinked is. Like, even if you're doing, like, multi-character thing, if you're playing single player, this is also what you'd want to do. Because you can't trade for anything on single player. You just kind of just deal with it. You can see we are murdering fairly effectively. Even with just the little bow. It's just a basic short bow. I mean, if you're not going to be able to kill with that... it'd be absolutely horrible. You should be able to kill stuff here, even with, like, fists, so... There are naked runs. Not going to be doing them myself, probably, anytime soon. You're super upset about it? I'm sorry. There are people who do get super upset whenever I don't play the builds they want me to play. Or whenever I don't love their particular build. But it's fine. Or if I like a weird build. Oh, yeah. There were a few people who were really upset about that Ethereal Breath of the Dying Sorceress. I'm like, okay, it's a silly build that's based off the no strength challenge. Deal with it. So anyway, we've leveled up. We want to get 1 point in Magic Arrow. Just because that's a fairly good starting thing. And we're going to go straight into strength. Like I said, we want to get onto Saigons as quickly as possible. And then we'll move over into getting the stuff for the Arctic Bow. And then we should be kind of set for a while. We won't get our next bow until level 25, which is an edge bow. Because it is the edgelord of edge bows. It's so edgy. Why am I not playing a punch source? Funnily enough, one punch source is a thing that I've done. I've gotten all the way through hell with no weapon on her, so it's fairly similar to the Ethereal Breath of the Dying Sorceress, though. It's basically just a dream source with nothing in her hand. So, it's pretty solid. It does a lot of damage. It's just... And your fist is indestructible. It's just a little bit slow. And you can pretty much one-punch thing on players 1 with it. And the Breath of the Dying Sorceress can usually go through and do most of the difficulty on her own. And, hey, Marlesco, how's it going? You wanted... Okay, Travis says he wants to do a martial arts assassin using Phoenix Charge Up and Dragon Claw's finisher. I probably won't use Dragon Claw's finisher, but whenever we do the assassin, which we're getting down to the last few, because we've already done Necro, Sorceress, and Druid. This is going to be number 4. That means the next poll of 3 is literally going to be the last 3 left, which is Barbarian, Assassin, and Paladin are going to be the last 3 on there. So, and we are doing the Assassin as a controller assassin. So that's going to be straight up.
I hear foul creatures about.
The kick that teleports is one that we are going to use on that build. But we're going to be using Dragon Talon as our main finisher, simply because it is just good. And honestly, you can build builds around Dragon Talon just by itself. You don't even need the charge up skills for it, so I figure it's a safe bet to have as kind of a main goal, if that makes sense. So in case we completely flop with the charge up stuff, we still have something that can do the entire difficulty of hell, just in and of itself. We just need to be a little bit cautious about our additional other skills. The dual claw thing is sadly, unfortunately, not quite as powerful as one would hope. Despite that being like their main weapon. Their signature weapon. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. It's kind of sad that it's just not that amazing. And yes, if I'm talking a little fast, tell me. I made a caffeinated drink mix before this, and I think I over-caffeinated it. I was drinking along and I'm like, that's making my stomach feel weird. So I added a bunch of water to it, and it still tastes a bit too strong, so that means I probably over-caffeinated. So I will be probably crashing in about 2 hours and just be for a little bit, but it should be fine. It's not the first time I've done that. When I worked retail, I used to do it a lot, unfortunately, because that was the only way to make it through the nights. Because, yes, I was one of those weird-ass night shift workers. Oh, no. Let's go and grab the Hell Shrine. Grab that. Looks like we're doing okay. Not a lot of enemies so far, unfortunately. Not quite as populated as I thought it would be. But, any hoozle. We are waltzing through as our hobo Amazon currently. And we should probably get like 3 or 4. We'll probably get level 3 down here. Actually, we're guaranteed to get level 3 down here because there it is. But we might get a little bit close to 4, but we should be getting 4 before we even get to our like real skills. Honestly, we have the magic arrow, but chances of us actually using that super frequently, pretty slim, at least until a little bit later when we have enough points to, you know, make it relatively cheap. Because right now it's a little bit pricey. Can you stop walking back and forth? Thank you. Once we get some mana leech, which is around 11, we should be able to use it just regularly.
I can't carry anymore.
Oh, are we? Oh, we really are that full. I forgot that I transferred all of these in. So is that any good? No. Is that wand worth selling? No. And is this ring worth using until we get up to our other stuff? Not really, but we'll use it anyway. Axe can go. Actually, no, we'll keep the axe. We'll use the axe on swap in case we run out of arrows. Who needs a javelin whenever you've got a giant freaking axe? So I'm playing an axe murderer. Do not, especially early on, don't use a shield with any one-handed swinging weapons. Like with this, if I pick up a shield, I'm boned. I'm going to be reaction locked. Because that's going to go on for freaking ever. And there's a shaman in the middle of all that, which kind of sucks for me. We can one-shot the little dudes, but I want to come around this other side and deal with that shaman. This is going to piss me off if we don't. Oh, you shit biscuit. Get the hell back here. Die, you fool. I don't care about the rest of these. I want that bastard dead. Thank you. Mainly because he's going to keep reviving stuff. Now, fire arrow is a very, very tempting thing. And one thing I was considering was possibly going exploding arrow as a sort of support skill as well. That way we'd be fire, physical, and lightning. We would be cutting a little bit into our lightning damage, but it should be kind of nice. That axe looks small. Is that small to you? Oh, we got a rare javelin. Of course we would get a rare javelin. Why wouldn't we? It is actually a fairly small axe, but compared to us, it's not that small.
Perhaps
You're currently farming for your monarch? Oh, nice. We need to get a few more monarchs so we can start giving away all that fun stuff. So let us see. Nice town portal. Get our stats up. We are not going to have stats for Arctic very soon, unfortunately. We could probably put on the belt, though. I think we actually already have the stats for the belt. Yeah, we can put on the belt. We are not going to get the stats for that super early. So, we can hatchet things in the face. It's okay. Of course, we get a halfway decent javelin, so of course we're going to use it. I mean, that's not a great javelin. It will work for what we need it for. So what we need is we need 60 strength to get this, and then we can equip everything else in here. So that is why we are dumping strength. Are we going to get it by 6? No. Because we got 3 more levels, that's just going to put us up to 45. But we can start equipping some other stuff. It's okay. Sell you and you. So now we have Javelin. This we can use a shield with. You've made it to level 80 as a sorceress and can't find any good gear. Any ideas? Farming. Generally speaking, you can do just fine with rune words and stuff like that. You could go with Spirit for your weapon, just get a broadsword, get 4 sockets in it. That's an easy +2 skills, faster cast, all that other stuff. And it's really cheap to make. Now, we currently don't have one on us, so I'm not going to try and tell you off the top of my head what the runes for it are, but someone in chat sure can. It's also on Ariat Summit and all that other fun stuff. So let's see. We're going to sell these two as well. We're probably going to sell that Rings of Craftsmanship. We do have a Raven Frost, by the way. We found it on, I think, our first character. It was a while back, though. So let's go ahead and grab Critical Strike, just because it's going to be nice. And as far as bow and crossbow skills, do I want to go down to Exploding Arrow? This would make normal a lot easier, just to spam through stuff, but I think I'd be wasting a lot of points. This makes Andariel easier. And I don't want to be using a respec. That's another reason why we're going dual, is so we can come down here, we can get the lightning stuff in Nightmare and Hell, and we can already have this set up in normal. So I'm just going to go ahead, get all these kind of squared away. We'll probably dump a little bit extra into Magic Arrow and get multi-shot up to about 10 or 15, just to keep the mana cost in check, and be happy with that. Get ourselves a little gold setup. Do we have... I mean, we're not going to be going stealth. So, yes, we are mixing it up by not going stealth. I want to be the glowy one. Just at least for one of these. We are probably going to use it again for Paladin as well. So I'm going to adjust the microphone real quick because I'm going to lean back a little in the chair just to get comfy. So we're in here for the long haul. Talthol or Am. That sounds about right. But yeah, we're leaning into multi-shot / javelin because we got this on our first run through, and I think we got this fairly soon after. So those are the ones we're leaning into. Oh, and we need more arrows. This is going to be a thing with the arrows and bolts, is we're going to have to keep them fairly well stocked up. So just realize that I am buying these just for that. Okay. So, onward to Cold Plains. Do we want to kill the crazy lady? We might as well. I mean, we're going to be horrible at it. Kill you. And you can see that, yeah, our mana goes down quick. Hey, we got a better short bow. So I am going to identify it. It's got to be better than what we got. Yeah, it's a little better. It's got bonus versus undead, which is going to actually help us out a little bit. I wouldn't mind some mana per kill, though. Did I see his video? I figured something like that was in place because I was noticing some oddities on some single-player tests, but I saw that he posted a video about IAS. It's probably about the same thing, if I had to guess. But no, I haven't sat down and watched it yet. I added it to my watch later because I was browsing a little bit before this. Which is really weird. I don't actually watch that much Diablo 2 content, but it still recommends it to me. Yeah, so many arrows. Arrows are king. You may notice I am swapping between Magic Arrow to kind of stretch them out a little bit. Because we don't have mana per kill yet. And I'm just using that against the big boys. So we can do them in single shots. And you may notice that we don't lose arrows whenever we use Magic Arrow. It's one of the good things about it. So let's go ahead. Since we already have all the stuff that we absolutely need set up. We will be getting this later so we can go down in there. I'm going to go more Magic Arrow. So, yeah. But yeah, the test build I was noticing it on was was a bear druid, but yeah. How painful is it going so far? It's not going to be that painful. We're going dual element. I almost just put into vitality. That would have sucked. Small charm? I thought I had a grand charm. It was a 12% increased attack speed one. The plan is to actually be a hybrid Zon. So we can use all the cool stuff that we found already. Basically, we're going to be a multi-shot Amazon using the Bariza that we found, and we're going to be a Javazon using the Wraith Flight that we found. To prove that you don't need the Amazon javelins to be effective with it. Because for some reason, people don't believe me whenever I tell them that, and it's like, my dudes, you don't. You really don't need it. You really actually don't need much in the way of... Let's go ahead and get rid of that. But yeah, you don't need much in the way of actual spear power to do. Whose bows are stronger? Hers, definitely. Because she is a level check. And if we can kill her before the zombies kill us, we're good. Get back here. Wow, she's very runny today.
I need mana.
Come, oh God. For some reason, it's not wanting to let me click where I'm trying to click. Oh, she's desyncing. Lovely. Die, Blood Raven.
I need mana.
There we go. We got her. Anyway, grab that, grab that. And it doesn't look like there's anything else in here we really care about too much.
In peace, sister.
You need them to be overkill. You haven't seen much hybrid Amazon builds? If you look, there's a term for one of them called a fishy-mancer. That was a thing for a while. I don't know if it's still popular at all, but it's made by the same person who did the fishy Zon. Basically, it's come to, at least for a while there, it came to mean any hybrid bow / javelin Amazon. Llama's SC stands for StarCraft because he used to do StarCraft shoutcasting. Which is kind of ironic because I used to do shoutcasting as well, not for StarCraft because frankly I suck ass at StarCraft, but I'm not a great video game player. I just enjoy them. And I like breaking them apart. For the most part, I'm not twitchy enough for a lot of that stuff. But I used to do shoutcasting for TCGs. I do not understand any of that. I think I'm too old, Gumshoe, but actually, I kind of get it a little bit. I know I'm no fun. I'm a stick in the mud. So do we need... Oh, yeah, we already spent our points. So we need to get, at a bare minimum, 60 strength. For all that nonsense. So we should, yeah, we have enough arrows, so I guess we just continue on. We will get our little friend here. And should we give her a bow? Yeah, eventually. And I find it funny we got Amp Lisa. Amp Lisa is one of them that I will actually aim for if I'm getting an Act 1 mercenary. So, oh, and there's our short bow from before.
I'll put that to good use.
Yes, put it to good use.
I'll put that
And
to
take
good
that armor
use.
too. So now you can actually kill stuff and we won't be super attached to you because we're going for an Act 2 mercenary on this one as well. Just to make things simpler because generally speaking, whenever you're gearing up through the game, by the way, I know I like talking about, hey, all these other mercenaries are still very useful. And they are. They're still very, very useful. They're very nice. But if you're going through the game and you're trying to just get through it with each of the classes, you are better off just focusing on Act 2 mercenary gear. That way you can kind of up that level of gear just straight. You don't have to worry about anything else. You can just buy a socketed bow for her. I can find one on the ground. I am a cheap bastard. I'm not spending any money on that mercenary. If she dies, she stays dead. Yeah, I like throwing, whatchamacallits, sapphires in there. Because it basically slows everything down around us. Don't need that. And I'm going to love playing the assassin since I never have to hear I need a key ever again on that character. For the assassin, we are going to be doing martial arts with a controller. That is a promise. I don't care what gear we do or do not get. That's what we're going to be going for. Oh, I forgot that was still super strong. Oh my. Sorry, I had to pop my neck real quick. But yeah, multi-shot, going to be relatively straightforward for us. We're not too worried about money. We'll be getting plenty with like farming off camera and stuff like that with other characters. So I don't have to worry about running out. But yeah, just a few. That's actually a good strategy for whenever you're starting your first character too. Just use those cheapo starter gems. Wow, something is desynced somewhere, because if I'm aiming there and it's not hitting anything, that means that there's either nothing there. There you go. Goodbye, good sir. Nothing good from him. Yeah, I think we are slightly desynced, unfortunately. Because our chance to hit shouldn't be that terrible. I mean, I'll check it real quick. We have an 82% chance to hit, yeah. We shouldn't have been missing that much. Real Elemental now going through hell. Amazingly, the Act 1 Merc got... Hey, the Act 1 Mercenary can be really solid. The Act 1 Mercenary is probably my second favorite, with the... The Act 1 Mercenary is probably my second favorite, with the Barbarian being third, and then the Act 3 being least favorite. Yeah, this Amp Lisa is not going to last. You just started a weird, hardcore paladin with no shields, plan to do it untwinked. Does conversion work on bows? It should not work on bows. But it might, as we have found that things do not seem to always work like they do in the original game. Like with the resistance thing that they patched out. So, more strength. More magic arrow. Which one's... This one's a fire arrow. Cold arrow can be an issue for some people. It does go half the distance of the fire arrow one, but for the most part, there is no difference between them other than the element. There is a misconception that cold arrow does half damage, and yes, I know that's what it says right here. It says it does half damage. It does not. It does full damage. It has always done full damage. That's just something in the description, just like the attack rating thing. It says that there's attack rating added to it. There's not. Not a single drop of it added to those shots. If you get high enough level on them, they do convert to pure elemental damage, making them unblockable, though. Which is kind of nice. Unblockable by shields, at least. So we've got the waypoint, which is a good thing, just right off the bat. Now, as usual, we probably won't get all the way through normal on just going through casually. If we were trying to like speedrun or something like that, we could probably do that in one sitting. But I don't feel like speedrunning right now. I haven't felt like speedrunning in a while. And I actually liked the idea of doing it for a long time, and I'm shooting a bush because I'm not paying attention to the game. Which is probably a bad idea. You should actually be paying attention to the game. There's another one down. This is a dual camp, by the way, which is not terribly common. There's another one down. There's another guy there. Just means they spawned close to each other. Boop. Grab the arrows. Grab the amethyst. Do we have another shaman? Doesn't look like it. I do want to get a bit more.
Carry anymore.
How are we looking? Level 5? I'm not sure whether we want to go down there right now. We'll try having a sword on swap. Oh, for the paladin. Let's see. Well, if you're going for bows, that's a ranger paladin, that is a build that has a few varieties out there. It's usually kind of like a Tesladin, except with a bow. And it's not a terrible build either. It's not as fast as a melee, like a zealot or anything like that, but it's not bad. A lot of people mistake, oh, it's not going as fast as one hit per, enemy. What am I doing wrong? What you're doing wrong is you're expecting it to be one hit per enemy. And it don't work that way. It do not. Okay. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of conversion because that can actually be your death warrant as well.
I am overburdened.
Am I really that full? Yes, I am. Oh yeah, I don't have a cube. I just tried to put something in a cube. That's how still used to the druid I am. That's going to take me a little while. Range crushing blow is... It's... deals 1/8 of their life. And no, Deadly Strike is not halved. And, by the way, Crushing Blow, if memory serves, is affected by physical resistance. I'm trying to get that guy locked on. There we go, so we can kill him from afar. From Jafar? No, from afar. But yeah, Sorry, I'm trying to, half concentrate on the game, half concentrate on the discussion. But... as far as the ranger goes, generally you aren't relying on the crushing blow aspect. For rangers, you're generally leaning more into using...
I can't carry anymore.
Let's go ahead and murder all these things. Goodbye, little reds. Don't need to go after them. But yeah, the... Ranger Paladin usually relies on elemental damage. You're going for Valkyrie plus Thorns. You're... What? On a Paladin? The Paladin, to keep the Valkyrie, you'll need to be using Harmony, which is the Vigor Bow. You'll need to be using Peace Armor and Harmony on the... And yes, we now have Multi-Shot. I'm not going to be using it that often. At least not early on. We're going to be using that a little bit later, though. As we start getting Mana Leech and all that other fun stuff into our arsenal. Hey, Andre, how's it going? Welcome to the dark side. We're going hybrids on. There you go. Got him. But yeah, if you're going Valkyrie, you'd have the Amazon Peace Armor and the Harmony Bow. Ooh, I am fidgety. I should not have drank that much caffeine. And I feel a sneeze coming on too, which is another thing that caffeine weirdly does to me. Don't ask why. I don't know why. We are completely full there. I cannot wait until we get 60 strength. As soon as we get 60 strength, we will be all shiny and new. Oh, there's another cold enchanted chaos scroll. Sweet. 1 second.
Run away. Run away.
Hopefully that actually muted. Otherwise, you just heard a earful of me sneezing. Do paladin attack skills work with a bow like Vengeance? No, they sadly do not.
I am overburdened.
Okay, drop. That goes on the ground. Take the rejuvenation potion. We're going to take the Scroll of Town Portal. Mana and healing. Actually, we're going to dump those in. Second piece armor, would you recommend putting it on light armors or on things like full plate or in variants above that? I would put it on light armor. I don't recommend putting anything in something other than light armor. Because light armor basically lets you run so much further than you can with any other armor. And that's really the only difference, especially whenever you start getting into the hell difficulty, the elites. You're not going to see much difference in defense between them. What skills would a bow paladin even use? Usually it's an offensive aura combined with elemental damage, but there are a couple that use fanaticism and just shoot fast. But those are less common. It's just one of those things where there's a few different guides for it. I personally like the elemental auras with it. And if you have your elemental aura coming from equipment, then you can actually lean into fanaticism plus the elemental aura, like, say, a dream helmet or a dragon armor. Or actually, there are a few bows that you can make, runeward bows, that give you holy fire as well. Well, a runeward bow that gives you holy fire. So let's go ahead and smack you. Widowmaker gives the paladin access to guided arrows, so good. Yeah, that is one of the physical variants, using Widowmaker to get that guided arrow. You can also still use a dream helmet with it to get you some lightning damage, so you drop that in with fanaticism. Used to be a thing to go with Gold Strike, but it's not quite so good anymore. All you know is you don't want to use a shield and go with thorns. Might as well go Conversion Ribcracker. You could actually go Zeal Ribcracker. Hey, Lapau. You got to drop by for the start of the Amazon stream. Ah. And yeah, it does suck that you have to work on a weekend. You just want to have fun questioning your sanity. I mean, there are challenge runs where people go through with just conversion, so I have not done one myself. The closest I've done is a pacifist run, and that was only through normal. If you want a real thing to make you question your sanity, do that, except do it all the way through hell. It's possible to do it through hell. Other characters become more feasible whenever you're talking about doing it all the way through hell. But yeah, it's not necessarily easy. You will die a lot. I want to meet someone who can do a hardcore pacifist paladin. Do it. Somebody do that. I highly doubt anyone's going to actually do that. And if they do, I pity their souls. And we got another double camp. I'm going to go this way. I don't want to deal with the double camps. Let's see. We are a little underleveled for this area. It's fine, though, because we're ranged. We actually do okay damage. Yeah, pacifist through hell would be masochism at its best, especially if it's untwinked pacifism. Generally, I would say for pacifism, let the person have their one chipped skull from somewhere, so they're not having to run around for an hour and a half looking for it. But yeah, it's a nightmare. Let's find ourselves the waypoint. We are really running out of stamina a lot. I am not liking not putting into life at all. But we need that to get up to our Saigons, which unfortunately is medium armor. So that's going to slow us down a little bit. But we'll have faster run walk on the boots. It'll be fine. We're going to be slower than our stealth versions, but I'm not going to cry about it. I'm gonna be angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. Hey, there's a stamina shrine. Yoink. As I stop running just to shoot a guy. Seems like a plan, right? And once we get some mana per kill, we could actually even be angrier with this, but we don't have... Oh, hi. Hi, Speedy Boys. This is probably where Amp Lisa dies, by the way.
I need mana.
Told you. And no, I didn't waste healing potions on her. Ow. Is this where we're gonna die? Hopefully not. We keep kind of lagging a little bit, we will. There's our level up. There you go, Treehead. Time to
I
die.
can't carry anymore.
So let's see if this ring is any good. Is it? It is not, but it's going to go up there anyway. And we'll drink that just to get it out of the way. Healing, healing. New skills. Let's go ahead and get more points into that. I would like to get more points into our magic arrow as well. That's going to make life a little bit easier. But for now, more strength. 2 more levels and we can equip Saigons. Then we can start into our dexterity a little bit. We're going to need a lot of strength and a lot of dexterity anyway for Buriza. So I'm not too worried about it. And yes, I actually do have a base for a like low quality faith. It's going to be a faith that I can use on mercenaries as well. So that's kind of one of those things that I'm working on. So let's see. I don't think it's going to be down here. I don't think it can spawn in here. Yeah, it can't spawn in here. It has to be kind of not necessarily out in the middle, but it doesn't spawn in those little nooks. So rogue encampment. Do we bother resurrecting? Do you guys want me to get Amp Lisa back? We can get Amp Lisa back. She costs 120 gold. I know I said I wasn't going to revive her, but it's fine. So you... Oh, yeah, we need to check if we need those. I keep forgetting to restock my chippies after using them. So there and there. Boink. Boink. We don't need the poison one. And... bonk. I told it to kill the bot. Is it going to actually kill the bot? There you go. Thank you for taking so long, YouTube. So responsive. Amp Lisa doesn't deserve to stay dead? Okay. Did she do anything to deserve that? Yeah, she did. She existed. I do have chat filters on. Unfortunately, that is not a thing that gets... Names do not get caught by chat filters, unfortunately. Which really pisses me off, because technically I have every link blocked. Anything with dot whatever at the end is technically blocked. So, yeah. The fact that those show up means that it just bypasses those filters. Okay. Yes, I did grab that helmet intentionally, just so I can get some mana recovery. If we need it at 13. I do have a 3-socket helmet as well. Why? I don't necessarily need that. But, yeah, you can see we have these options floating around in here. I will eventually get gear socketed as well, like sets and uniques, just for the sake of doing it. Oh, yeah, we forgot to grab our scroll because we were full. And I just realized that's not where we were supposed to go. I need to go grab the scroll, then I need to go do rescue Mr. Kane, if able. And then we should be fine.
What a strange
Scroll.
looking tree.
Shrine. Identify. Actually, let's see. Does this...
Off.
No, it doesn't. Okay, good. Do we need either of those? Yes, we do. We should be good to go just straight after Kane. We shouldn't be too bad off, though. So tap all those. I always check if it's going to be... It's never circle or pentagram. No! It's junk. It's garbage. Let's see. Do I actually want F1, F2? Sure. Look, we've got multi-shot. Let's go ahead and use it for a minute and see how quickly it drains our mana. We get like 3 multi-shots off.
Deckard Cain, go to the rogue's camp without delay. Not enough mana.
Ouch. Oh, Mercenary's gonna die again. Go. Yep. I kind of did that in a stupid way. But we rescued Kane. We don't do quite enough damage to handle those, unfortunately. I suppose I could use the javelin.
Greetings.
What level is she? 4? Yeah, she's not going to catch up to us.
Good evening.
And is the ring any good? This magic ring does me no good. Go give it to Ormus. You guys can get married. Don't care. And he will identify stuff for free. And we get to just move on. And yeah, in 2 levels. 2 levels we'll be happy-ish. Kane, get to the rogue camp! Quickly, without delay!
Help me.
Hey, at least the voice lines are working now. The other day, for some reason, they just weren't working. I've been having a lot more audio glitches with the game, by the way. In case any of you are curious, the latest patches seem to be introducing a lot of weird audio glitches. I had a pretty big one where the game just wouldn't launch with audio for like a while. I had to take down the entire BattleNet client and then bring it back up to get it to work. Don't know why. I think it checked the integrity of the install for something, and I think it might have installed badly on one of the patches. And I do like my mercenary casting that inner sight. Inner sight is actually kind of useful early on. Later difficulties, not so much. But normal difficulty, yes. Because it's a flat reduction in their defense, as opposed to a... Oh yeah, we are strong versus undead. I keep forgetting that our bow has that. Doesn't it? Yeah, 70% damage boost versus undead. So skeletons don't stand a chance versus us. Yet. Later on they will. Ouch. Oh god, no. Go away, cursed one. That makes everything hurt like a truck. There you go. That was unpleasant, milady. Do I need a fedora now? Jesus. I don't ever say that. Okay, so this is Black Marsh. We actually do want to find the waypoint here. I always get the normal and nightmare Black Marsh waypoints because those are generally the more useful ones. Unless you are farming for keys, this is not going to be a key hunter. Although she can. She's just not super fast for it. We need you dead, sir. Let's see. Sorry, I'll read that in just a second. I'm like right in the middle of Dingus and McChingus over here. Stop reviving people. And I forget if we needed a chip sapphire. I don't think we do. I think we picked one up earlier. We're not going full Saigons. We're going most Saigons. We tried to beat the game with each full set just for fun. That is kind of close to a challenge that I'm doing for like research purposes. not on camera purposes. Basically, I'm going through and testing them out on late game builds so I can do the reviews of the sets properly. Do you need Infinity to position the Lightning Amazon in S tier for endgame? She can beat Hell difficulty, but as far as what her purpose is, she can farm bosses without it just fine. She is a boss killer without it, but if you're wanting to do area clears in most of the level 85 areas, you do want to have Infinity, or at least a lower resist wand. Sort of solo self-found. We are doing account self-found. So everything that we're using is stuff that we found on the characters we've done on stream before. So basically, we started out with the Necromancer, went through, got a few things on him. The Sorceress inherited those. The things we found on the Sorceress are going through onto the Druid, and the things that we found on the Druid go through onto the Amazon. So we're just kind of snowballing with what we found. And that's kind of what you need to do in single player and stuff like that in general. Okay, we're going to actually use that properly. The Gem Shrine. Let's make some perfect gems. We need a skull. That's one of them that I am lacking in. That and sapphires. Yonk. But yeah, everything we are using is stuff that we have found ourselves. And by the way, how's it going, Leonardo? It's been a while since I've seen you, I think. Let's see, a Jaw Rune dropped and thinking of trading it for a bear. Still need one more to make Infinity, but there are so many possibilities. I'm not up to date on the current values in trading. How many points should one put into dexterity when it comes to a melee characters? Enough to hit. Honestly, I generally go 0 dexterity unless I'm going for block. Most of the dexterity and attack rating I'm able to get from equipment or just overcome with just level. I prefer removing enemy defense in general as well. Ignore target defense is one of my favorite mods, except for bosses. Against bosses you need % reduction, and even then it's still penalized. So grab that, grab that. Grab that. And we want to go left, I believe. Let's go ahead and use magic arrows. They are piling up and it's not being friendly. There we go. Murdered him. It's fine. Usually don't comment much, but you always leave a like. I appreciate it. That tells YouTube that you liked my videos. YouTube's algorithm, honestly, over the past about year and a half has gotten very weird. I have thought about doing a video for it, but that's going to go on a different channel. Sorry to say. So don't expect it on this one. This one's going to be staying focused on Diablo 2 and action RPGs in general. I will be doing some other action RPG stuff on here fairly soon. I'm working on a review of Sands of Aura currently. Or more precisely, the early access version of it. Which I honestly hated the demo of back in February, but they have come a long way, so I have to give them extra credit for that. But generally, I almost never put any points in dexterity for melee characters unless I am doing something very specific with it. Ouch! Oh, Jesus. Ow, ow, ow. Ow, 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 jeez. Nope, 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 nope. That hurts like a truck. You guys can stop. She's in there. Oh, Jesus. I knew it was going to happen. Mainly, this is because... I'm trying to think of how to explain it. The reason why that Holy Fire hurts so much is the tick damage doesn't matter. The tick damage is just whatever. But the reason it hurts so much is it works the same way as it does whenever you are running a Paladin. The amount of damage that adds to your attack is actually fairly high. So it can wreck some shit. So definitely, whenever you're playing a Paladin early on, consider getting that as one of your early auras. Yeah, you'll have to respec a Nightmare, but as you can see, we had 60-something life, and it was chunking it down, so it definitely does do some punch. And I don't mean the fruit punch variety. I shouldn't have stayed there and fought that. I know better, and I was stubborn. And that is one of the, not necessarily the main cause of my deaths. My main cause is ooh shiny, but it is one of the more common causes of death for me. Is I get stubborn, I'm like, I'm going to kill this thing I know I shouldn't fight. And that's probably one of the areas you shouldn't. You should do as I say, not as I do, basically. It is definitely one of those areas. Hoi! Kill you. This one, yeah, see the ow, ow, ow. The tick damage doesn't do a lot. The arrows do. So, Mercenary, can you actually, you know, come in here and fight this, please? Because you don't take nearly as much damage from it. Back off. We're basically just trading hits there. And Mercenary's gonna die. Gotcha! I was bound and determined. I'm sorry. Stubbornness is the cause of death. So anyway, we got them. It's cool. We are fine. So, yeah. Oh, bite me, bots! Hey, that one was a little bit faster. Thank you, YouTube. For endgame lightning Jabazon, how do you deal with lightning immune without infinity available? Lower resist wands. Or you just don't fight them. Lower resist wands can be shopped in Act 3 normal onward. Ouch. But yeah, lower resist wands can be shopped from Act 3 normal onwards. I usually shop them from Nightmare Drognin, just because you can get them with that door nearby and just pick them apart super easy. It's not a big deal. So let's see. Left through here is going to be this way. I'm going to go ahead and pop up a town portal just to be safe. And I am going to grab the gold over here just to pay for reviving Mercenary and getting some more arrows.
I need a key.
Do we need more potions? No, not really. Wow, the immortal Devilkin. Hey, Ezen, how's it going? Ezen, sorry. Yeah, honestly, that's the best thing you can do is just report the bots. And it does help the algorithm a little bit. Yeah, they can keep making more things. They can go through VPNs and stuff like that. But it helps with the heuristics as well. Because they don't just like ban IP for bots and stuff like that. That's extremely ineffective and kind of pointless. What they do is they kind of check out its behavior, find out what patterns it does, and then they set up to counteract those patterns. If you're wondering what YouTube does about them, it's not just straight up, oh, this is a bot, let's ban them. It's one thing that is commonly misunderstood, even by creators. Like, big creators I've heard have issues with that. It's just basic stuff. So let's grab that. It's kind of like the same technology they use for antivirus nowadays. It doesn't look necessarily for specific viruses. It looks for behavior in programs. That's why you get false positives on certain types of programs a lot more. Like if you're doing like registry editing kind of stuff. Okay, so we've got crazies in there. Now, Bloodraven herself can't come through the door. Her little friends can. And they shouldn't be able to come this far, but they are. They're supposed to be tethered. And sometimes they do break the tether, because that's just how broken the AI in this game is. Kind of wish I would have grabbed Cleglaws. Can you fucking stop? I swear. Thank you. Die, you fools. And we are technically under-leveled for this. Should probably be about level 10 by now. And she can't actually see me, so it's fine. Can you fucking... Yeah, we are... What is our hit chance? Probably terrible. I cannot wait until we get Saigon set up. And yes, these do have a block rate as well, by the way, in case you're wondering just why they're being a little bit harder to hit. Okay, the way she spawns, I'm gonna... Oh, that's actually stealth just right off the bat. Sweet. But anyway, as you're coming up, as soon as you kind of like choose a path, it decides where she's gonna spawn. You can actually test this in single player with fixed maps. If you come in and go left, she'll spawn in one location. If you come in and go right, she'll spawn in another location. If you come in and teleport across, she'll spawn in yet another location. So I came around this way, and that, for this particular seed, means she spawns in that room. She will not leave that room. If you came around, if I would have come around right, she might have spawned in left. In which case, if she spawned in left, she won't leave this area right here, this left branch. She won't go through the doorways. And whenever she does crawl through the doorways, she actually ends up going through with a weird tether on her where she basically immediately just turns around and comes back into the room that she spawned in. That's how she functions. It's what she do. When does ladder start? There has not been an announcement on it yet. But we basically just got stealth armor runes. Woo! Yay! Can't use that till level 17 though because, you know, Tal. But so we're going to be getting that a little bit later, and we don't really need either of these, I don't think. Yeah, we're full up on those. I need Eld runes. You may notice I only have one. I have less Eld runes than I have Ist runes. I have less Eld runes than I have runes, or Pole, or Fall. It's stupid. Ah. Yeah, she has very... The Countess has a lot of weird things. And it is definitely something fun to dive into, but not necessarily. Not necessary to memorize. And yeah, I kind of agree. I don't think the game is entirely ready for ladder yet. We would have way more server issues if we had ladder going right now. And I think I ate too much for dinner. Whew. Okay, so, because I am feeling the chicken hit. I had chicken for dinner. It was spicy. But, yeah, let's go ahead and... Yeah, we're just going to go on after the Malice. Should we? Not really. We should actually level up a little bit beforehand. But we are stubborn. And that's what I do. And one more level and we get a huge power boost. Because Saigon's is going to give us attack rating. It's going to give us faster attack. It's going to give us magic find. All kinds of things. So. Hi, spear ladies. Oh, champions. That means that they can actually hurt me. I thought it was a boss pack. I didn't notice that one was just slightly yellow. This is where I'd like knock back. Oh, they've got regen on. No, you jackasses. I saw one tick up. I don't know if all of them have it. That one died in a position different than what I saw. There we go. We're good. And all you got to do is learn to fly a kite. You just completed a Countess run where she did not drop a single rune. That's never happened. She has the opportunity. She can actually drop anywhere from 0 to 4 runes. So each time you see her drop 0 runes, that's about the same odds as her dropping 4 runes. Trying to find chipped skeletons to have your paladin ready? Oh, I would actually give you a chipped skull for if you are going to do it. I will go find you a chipped skull if you're going to be trying a hardcore pacifist run. But good luck with that. Basically, you start off with a chipped skull, then you use that to get up to either, well, thorns is nice, charge bolt gloves, charge bolt, like on whenever struck items. You go ahead and grab those.
Hello.
But that was actually good XP, by the way. 1 eternity later. And yes, I know that SpongeBob meme. I am not completely out of touch. I'm just strangely out of touch for random things, yet perfectly on point for others. Go figure. Yeah, she can drop 4. As if I remember correctly, 4 is her max. I don't think she can drop 5. But 4 is about as common as 0 on players 1. But yeah, I wouldn't really count on getting either of them frequently. You're more likely going to end up getting 1 or 2, sometimes 3. Very almost never 0 or 1, unless you're in Players 8. Players 8, getting 0 is not that uncommon. Four socket wormhide armor. It's good for 2 things: fortitude and chains of honor are the 2 general things made with that. I personally prefer, like, the first one that I'll make is usually fortitude because it has more uses. Chains of honor is usually the second one that I'll make in it. Well, the bots are thick tonight.
This is the site of Andariel's atrocities.
I need to go pester some. Oh, not receiving enough video. Thanks. Viewers will experience buffering. What is the matter? Am I having... Doesn't look like there's any issues on my end. Yeah, it hasn't shown any drops in kilobytes per second. Maybe it's on YouTube's end. I don't know. If they enabled that on single player online, it would cause problems, unfortunately. You're thinking that or use a frozen armor source. In the end, you thought source was too optimal. Actually, the paladin is the easier one in normal. I don't know about Nightmare in Hell. I wish they would... Yeah. You have 3 socket Eth Russet for your mercenary. Guessing for treachery. Yeah, it popped up that it was buffering, and my streaming software hasn't shown that it's stopped feeding enough information. That usually just means YouTube is having a fart right now. Because it hasn't dropped... Because the YouTube expected bitrate is 6,000 kilobits per second. Kilobytes. Can't remember if it's bytes or bits. But basically, 6,000 kb per second. And on the monitoring that I have, it's been hovering between 6,200 and 6,400. Just now it dropped to 5,980. But it shouldn't be an issue. My connection has actually been, knock on wood, stable today. Treachery is a very good piece of armor. Treachery and... Oh yeah, we still aren't quite leveled up. Let's go get that last level before we start running back to town every 5 seconds, anticipating getting that. I'm glad they kept the door bug in. Yay, she leveled up. She's not going to last very long, but hey, neither are we at this rate. Just need the runes for Chains of Honor and the Treachery. Treachery is going to be a lot easier to get, that's for sure. Wonder if they fixed the attack rating on the bow skills. I just need like 1 kill to level up. Come on.
Not enough mana.
There's 1 down. So we leveled up. Now we can go get our Saigons. We should have enough strength to actually get every piece of it now. Which should help our attack rating quite a bit. It will be like noticeable difference. We'll also have Life Leech as well. I just realized. If we would have kept some of our plus stat charms as well, we would be better off. But we don't necessarily need it right now. And I would have gone Arctic, except I don't have all the pieces of Arctic. I just have the bow and the belt. You're farming mid runes to cube up into high runes? Gah. Not recommended, but you do you. More power to you. Yay! We are now shiny. So, yeah, we get bonus attack rating up here. We get bonus attack rating there. Get some extra defense and extra increased attack speed. Not a lot of damage yet, but yeah, we now have way higher attack rating. Yeah, we are going physical bow. And now we need dexterity and stuff to be built up. Yay! But we have enough strength for pretty much through the rest of normal. We're going to build up dexterity until we can get up to this, which isn't going to do a lot for us, but it's something. We are eventually going to be moving on into Edge and then on into Bariza. So I don't think we're too bad off. Skill tree-wise, let's go and get 1 point in dodge just to get that done. We are going to be getting this down in mana cost, though. You can't farm high runes yet, still in Act 1 Hell. You can pretty much... I'm trying to think where in Act 1. There's level 85 areas in Act 1. Pretty much anywhere over level 81 you can get every rune in the game. So a lot of the caves in Act 1 are fine. A lot of the areas in Act 1 Hell are fine. I'm forgetting eye runes. Yeah, Gull isn't bad. Gull is a solid rune. One of my favorite rune words that everybody hates is on that list. I love Fury, by the way. It's just one of those... It was super popular for a very long time, and I think it got a bad rap because it's no longer the best rune word to choose. It's still not terrible. See, we're actually hitting stuff now. Aha! Which makes life about 1,000,000 times easier to actually be able to hit stuff. Yeah, the 2 dungeons next to Bloodraven. Bloodraven herself can actually drop some halfway decent stuff. I would need to stop and look specifically at what area levels there are in Act 1, but I'm fairly certain there's at least a few level 81 plus. Let's see. It was from Super Chess in AT. Okay. Ancient tunnels, by the way. For those who are curious. It's a level 85 area. It's located in the Lost City. Mwahaha! Saigons. Not necessarily the best thing for a Bozon, but I felt like being shiny. So deal with it. Yeah, Mausoleum and Pits are two really good spots. Honestly, the Crypt isn't that bad either. It's level 83, so you can't get every item in the game, but it's good enough to get most of the things that you'd want. Oh, you think you're tough, huh? Yeah, you actually kind of are. Ow, 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 ow. That spectral hit must have hit the wrong spectral little bit there. And yeah, only the middle arrow, or if you have an even number, it's the middle two, can actually carry a lot of the stuff with it, unfortunately. Where are you hiding at? I know there's another one over here. Oh, we murdered him. That's fine. You're still not dead, you bastard. The bread and butter of Blizzard Sorcerers. Yeah. Ancient Tunnels is pretty much the main farming location for them. Now, I am going to go ahead and go get Malice just to get some more experience. We need it. I mean, I could kill the Indariel like this. It's entirely possible. It's actually not even that hard, especially since we have Magic Arrow. Just get a bunch of mana potions and go for it. Hi, big boy. Oh, I just closed the door on myself. Look at that high hit rate. Come on. Well, we had a high hit rate. We are missing like crazy now. I wonder what our hit chance on the Smith is. I have a feeling it's about 70%. And we're just getting unlucky. Get out of my swamp. Ouch. There you go. And is it Tusaki? Yeah, of course. Let's see. Sorceress is the best character for farming early on, yeah. The Assassin is pretty fast. I mean, all the characters can be good at farming. The Sorceress is the easiest one to do kind of remote farming. Where you go to things like Ancient Tunnels, the Pits, and stuff like that, where you have to teleport there. Mephisto's another good example. If you have a strong, say, Zealot Paladin or something like that, or a strong Boazon that you can pack 250% Magic Find on, you can actually do Chaos Sanctuary relatively easily with both of them. The Trap Assassin can do a lot of places, but did you find the gear in this playthrough? You didn't find any Saigon stuff till hell. That's how bad your luck has been. This is account self-found. Basically, since launch, we are just using things that we found, going through the game once with each character with minimal magic find. We've done some magic find on the characters, but not like full-on grinding. So, use yours there as well. Your run is Andy, AT, Meph, Chaos, Bale, Pindle. That's not a bad setup. Poison Jav, and that would have died already. Yeah, we are avoiding Javelin until Nightmare. Poison Javelin is extremely overpowered, though. That's why I made that video first. What's the formula to improve your Viper Magi? Don't. Just don't. Leave it as is. Leave it as a low strength requirement one. The little bit of defense you're going to get from upping it isn't worth it. And it's going pretty good, Dustin. How are you doing? Yep, Amazon won the poll both times, so it's kind of like it's definitely going there. Yeah, Zealot is really good for Travancore as well. What's the weirdest character build I've ever seen? Or that I've ever built? Because, I mean, dual dagger barbarian is a thing I have done. I haven't done any naked builds in a long time, but I don't really consider those builds so much as challenge runs.
Good to see.
Where can you farm Titans? A lot of places. They start dropping in, like, Nightmare. The most popular place to farm Titans is Nightmare Mephisto, but you can literally just farm them almost anywhere from there onward. You just started playing with the Twinked Exploding Arrow bows on with Ichor String for an early piercing effect. That's not a bad setup. Yeah, the early game is more of a puzzle. The late game is more of a persistence. At least that's my feeling on it. So as we level up, we're going to start getting dexterity so we can use that. I know it's not exactly great. We do have an Ichor String on one of the mules. I don't feel like transferring it over. We'll have better at level 25 anyway, so it doesn't matter that much. You've got 2 Thunderstrokes. Use them for a jab-based.
Good day.
Use them for Lightning Strike and Charge Strike. Lightning Strike is your AoE control. Charge Strike is your melee. Is your boss killer. And then you just murder things like that. It's not a bad combo. You don't need to be throwing your javelins to make them good. Mephisto's easy to farm, especially for a sorceress. For your less teleport-based characters, I would generally farm Diablo. But yeah, these are the skills that Charge Strike and Lightning Strike are the skills we're actually going to lean into whenever we get into Nightmare difficulty. I'm kind of doing this as sort of like, not necessarily a challenge run, but just as a, you can do weird stuff and still make it through the game kind of character. To kind of show that off. And I forgot to check my chance to hit on the Smith. What's our chance to hit on them? 81%. And as we get levels, that'll improve. You really wanted to try the bows on. You have 2 pieces of armor at level 19 with plus 2 bow skills. Didn't even know they had them so early. Oh yeah, they can get plus skills. The Amazon specific ones, the level requirements to get those plus skills is relatively low. Yeah, the Tier Rune helmets are extremely lovely. And sorry for adjusting so much. My leg is like cramping up. They have been off and on. The hours that I usually play are apparently off hours for the servers, so I don't really have stuff. Or people like overloading them. But we did have one night where we just couldn't stream because of that. Oh, and we came out straight this way, so we need to go this way. Hey, and you're probably going to get a little bit of hitching again. And that one is on my end. Fix yourself or wreck yourself. And I did not mean to close that door. Come on. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Network connection. Hopefully it comes back up and is working properly. There we go. It's catching up. Sorry about that. It looks like it's trying to stabilize, though.
Not enough mana.
As far as, like, whenever I'm playing just for myself, yeah, I 100% prefer bows. I do recognize that javelins are the better choice for your average player. Javelins will just be easier for you to use. But Sorceress is a great farming character, and it's great for speedrunning. Is it the best character, period? No, it's squishy. Best character needs to be durable, reliable, all that stuff. The strongest character is Paladin. Because he is durable. He is able to do other things. And he's able to block super fast. He's able to do a whole bunch of stuff. So level 10, we're going to go ahead and get more magic arrow. We're not going to really be needing to go too much further in this tree. We're going to be going with these two. And we're going to be going down here. Hopefully, it stops throwing that error out and you guys stop getting issues, but... But no, the best character as far as going through the game with the easiest time is going to be...
I need a key.
And that is actually an uncommon one in here. But that's an uncommon hidden room, for those of you that are curious. There we go. Should be back up and running smoothly now. I don't know what that hiccup was about. Go, Cease, come here. But yeah, Paladin is the strongest just because he has that durability to go with it. If he didn't have that durability, I would say, yeah, the Sorceress is the strongest. But the Paladin just, he has the tankiness that you don't have to worry about it. And I don't even usually play the, like, normal Paladin builds that people do to be super strong. I'm not a huge fan of Hammerden. I recognize how strong it is, but I'm not a huge fan of it. I don't like playing it. It's good for Chaos Sanctuary. It's really good at killing 90% of the things in the game. It's just not my favorite build. I'd rather play something fast and angry like a Zealot or a Strafe Zon or something. You now have a Sash of Thorns. That'll get you started on a Pacifist run. The way you start setting up the Pacifist run, by the way, like if you're doing it without twinking items, is you actually go through and you just run and grab chests from as many of those little houses as possible, and that's how the runs of it go. Honestly, if you're doing your first playthrough, I'd still recommend Paladin as the main melee choice. Barbarian's not the hardest or the weakest. He's just the most punishing whenever it comes to if you get bad RNG. If you don't get good items, he's not going to be very fun. Yeah. Well, druids can do bosses in wolf form because they can deliver crushing blows super fast. But outside of that, oh, I don't need multi-shot going right now. But outside of that, they really don't do a lot of boss things. Personally, best character you've ever made recently was on PC, LOD, not D2R. It was a Tesladin. Yeah, Tesladins are basically juiced up zealots. They're Oridins without the drawback of Oridins. Hardest character... it kind of depends on your luck, honestly. If you have bad luck, Barbarian's your hardest character. If you have good luck, then I would say, honestly, none of them are hard if you have good luck. But I would say with good luck, probably the hardest would be... That's a tough one, actually. Druid starts to feel a little bit pathetic if you're going caster and you have really good luck. You found 3 gold daggers in Norm Catacombs on your first playthrough. Still have not found a gold wrap. Only gold wrap I've found is ethereal, and it's at 2 durability, so I'm not using it for most things. I use it on my sorceress whenever I did like 3 magic find runs on her. But yeah, it's at 2 durability because I used it through a good chunk of Nightmare, and even used it a bit in Hell at times. Why am I not hitting these things? Are they in a different location than I think they are? I should have around about a 75% chance to hit them. Now I have an 88% chance to hit him. What was going on there? Seriously. Wind Druid isn't terrible at bosses if you have Tornado set up. You just need to get all up in their face. And this layout means that it's probably in a horseshoe shape, but still. Because in case you guys are wondering, this on level 2 means that it's going to be facing that way. So it's either down and that way, or it's up and around like this. And I think it's just down and that way like we said the first time. Come on, internet. Stop fucking... I mean, I'm recording locally, so it's not the worst thing ever, but it's jacking up a little bit. Druid has that sweet volcano. Placing it under their butts is a good tactic against act bosses. Yeah, it kind of loses that flare in hell difficulty, though. Yes, Boson is tough if you don't get a good bow. Doing more than anything. So let's see. I'm going to go down around out this way a little bit. That is a champion cage. We do want to deal with it. Because we should actually have okay resists. Yeah, we have okay resists. Yeah, champion cages are kind of nice to beat the crap out of. Because they'll give you potions. And XP. Ah. It's just being a dick. Alt-tab, you sack of garbage. And let's see. There's my network. Come on, show where all the data's going. It says I am uploading at more than enough to do that. Yeah, this is getting irritating. And it's just now catching up. Set priority device. That one. I'm apparently uploading at the right speed. It's just being very inconsistent. I'm kicking everything else off the network, in case you guys are wondering. Yeah, everything else is idle. Those are offline. Okay. Hopefully things will work out. 3-socket pole arm in Act 2 normal. What should you go into it for mercenary? And actually, let's do a flash of the recording there so I know to cut it. Sorry about that. Hopefully it is better now. If it's not, I apologize. I cannot force internet to be good. But we are going to get through... We're going to at the very least get through Act 1 today. I wanted to get through Act 1 and Act 2. But there are no guarantees that it will actually cooperate. But But yeah, I am locally recording this one. I just decided to, for like my own mental sake. So hopefully it'll actually be fine on there. Hopefully there's not too much of me complaining about it on there either. I'm trying to not do that the entire time, but at the same time, it is definitely irritating. It is something I should mention. So we will be uploading it onto the Let's Play channel as well for this one. I know we didn't do it with the first 3 characters. That's because I wasn't recording at the same time, because I kept forgetting to record, but we'll do it with this one. It feels like I'm back on that dial-up, but I played Diablo 2 on dial-up before, so it doesn't piss me off that much. What's stupid is my connection to the game is not that terrible. So I don't know what it is. Do I make tutorial videos? Yes. I've also done Let's Plays and all that kind of stuff as well. But the Let's Plays on this channel are hidden to an extent, so apologies for that if you were looking for them. They still have their playlists up. If you go look through the playlist, you can find Let's Plays for various games on there. But I have a separate Let's Play channel now, so it is just pretty much tutorials on here. Did you get kicked off of AOL? What's funny is I used to have a ton of those AOL floppy disks. Not even the full-on CDs. I had floppy disks. So am I going to bug the mercenary? Probably not. I mean, I could. We have already gotten through jail. But I'm not going to keep her long enough to really worry about bugging her. So let's see. How are we looking on potion side? Pretty good. And yeah, having 4 rows of potion this early is very nice. We make guide videos and we also make completely horsing around videos too. As in, I made a staff sorceress that does melee as an entire video. Some people hated that video, which kind of cracks me up. It's like, this is an expensive build. It's actually less expensive than some of the other builds. I don't think most people realize that the Breath of the Dying sorceress that the Breath of the Dying sorceress we did for that video is cheaper to equip than the Tesladin. So,
This place.
and I like Trapson. I have not done an updated video on Trapson. I did an old video on Trapson. I'm not super happy with it. So dexterity, skill choice. You're level 11. Let's go ahead and just keep doing magic arrow. Get it down in cost to a reasonable level. A reasonable roar. And yes, I'm killing these for XP, by the way. Not for anything special. There we go. Murder for hire. Yeah, 2 times dream is living the dream. Yeah, the dual dream setup is way more expensive than Dream plus Breath of the Dying. Breath of the Dying you can get for less than the cost of a single dream. So. And yeah, Tal Rune is a really good rune. That adds a decent amount of poison damage. Generally with poison damage you want long duration though. Unless you are doing very specific builds, which we'll cover in... I'm currently doing the outline for a video on poison, but I'm going to want to do it in a little bit more detail, and I do want to probably do it around some builds before I make the actual video for it. Because it's not super complicated, it's just daunting to look at, basically, is how poison works. It's a very big pile of numbers that mean very little. The more important thing is knowing how different bits of poison interact. Is real money trading active? It's not endorsed by the game. And I'm going to say right now, I have multiple times been offered money to promote one of them that you actually see fairly frequently on... Actually, I've been approached by a few of them, but one of them has been particularly persistent to do a advertisement for them. And I am really not sure how to respond to them in a polite way. Because that's basically like saying, oh, we'll give you... And yes, it was a reasonably large chunk of change that they were offering me, too. It was enough for me to be like, well, damn. But at the same time, it would also basically be sacrificing my entire channel for a real quick payoff of a couple $1,000s. And that's not worth it to me. This channel is relatively old, and I have spent a long time building a community, and you guys are awesome, and I don't want to sacrifice that just for a couple $1,000s. I feel like I would have to like preface it with something that would basically negate the ability to collect on the contract that they were offering. Because I don't use real money trading. I don't trade hardly at all to begin with, much less for real money. Had one offer me to have items to be like free giveaways to people, ones to actually cover my guides on their website. And it's like, I don't really feel super comfortable with that. Because I can't in good conscience promote a real money trading house on D2. Yep, one of them offered $1,000, one of them offered a few $100s, another one offered to cover guides. There's 4 sites that I know of. I haven't checked my email in the past week, so I don't know if more have like come in, but I don't have anything against the people running them. If they want to run them, that's more power to them. A lot of them are out for just a quick buck, though, which I feel would be like predatory to promote, and also it's against terms of service for the game, so they could easily shut my channel down for covering them. So it's kind of like, is it worth the risk? No. They do them. I'm not going to do it. I do know that another big channel, another big Diablo 2 channel, actually had a contract with them for a while. I'm not going to name names, but yeah. It made me lose a little bit of respect for somebody I thought I had some respect for. So. Drink the mana potion then, that I just told you to drink. And there, oh, it's a boss, that's why. It's like, why is that stuff not taking it down very quickly? That's because it's a boss. Sorry, I'm concentrating on killing these shamans real quick, and then I will check chat again. I do read chat, it just takes a minute. There we go. We're slowly hitting that one. And this should be the last one. Oh, it's a big business in all of them. Demand 2 times dream from them? No, with the money they were offering, I could buy, like, a count's worth of dreams. But yeah, it's not worth giving up the channel or you guys' respect for $1,000 or even several $1,000s. The people that count on here, I value way higher than that. So, and I'm gonna be honest, after no longer having a job, it kind of is like, that did make me pause for a minute, but then I was like, no. I'm not gonna lie about that one. It does make you pause for a minute whenever people offer you like that would be life-changing amounts of money per month for me. But it's not worth it. It's more like paying you to give up something that you have spent years building up. Would you give up your house for $1,000 a month? No. Would you give up your passion for $1,000? No. I think it's a different equation for me than it is for them. For me, it's more about the community than the game. I don't have a loyalty to Blizzard. I don't have a loyalty to Diablo 2. I have a loyalty to the community, and I happen to enjoy this game. That's how I approach it. But I guarantee you, if we went out into general chat, you'd actually see their links in there. Because they do pay for bots, too. So let's go ahead. We are level 12, so that means we can start getting these. Let's go ahead and get a Void. Get some more decks. We need to get up to 55 decks, I believe. Which is 3 levels. What is it, 15? Yeah, and each level up we get a lot more attack rating. So I'm going to go ahead and just leave that discussion on the side. I feel like I've ranted about that enough. I have more honor. I can make honor. It just requires a 5-socket weapon. We already got the waypoint, I think. Now, personally, if like a site like Maxroll approached me and wanted to give me like $50 a month to write like a guide a month, I would be perfectly fine like that. That would be a fair trade for me. I would 100% promote them because that's something that contributes. And it's not against terms of service either. And it doesn't hurt anybody's ability to enjoy the game. But yeah, real money trading, not so much. What's the end goal for the Amazon? Hybrid bow... Well, technically, hybrid crossbow javelin. We are currently in normal difficulty, though. So, we've got a ways to go on that one. And I forgot to check if I got the waypoint. It's fine. I can get it off screen if I didn't get it on screen. And I don't want to fight those guys. Those guys are irritating. I'm going to go this way. Leave me alone! Oh, there is nothing this way. Well, I am going to fight these guys. They are breaking tether like crazy. Oh, never mind. This guy just happens to chase after me fairly effectively. I'm actually doing fairly good on the mana end, too. Hi, guy. He just pops out. Is like, nah, you don't get to do anything to me. But yeah, our goal is we're going to be doing multi-shot with Bariza and a lightning javelin, melee lightning javelin with the Wraith, because we don't have any Titans or anything like that we found, but we did find those others on the characters before this, so we can use them. But generally speaking, you can go through the game with minimal or no farming. So it's not really like it's hard to get the gear that you need to beat the game. So there we go. Sorry, I'm slowly chipping through these little buddies. Go, nice. Go ahead and drink one, grab that. So we've got a lot of the floor left. Next few levels are going to be into Magic Arrow just to get this rounded off. So I have a regular left click I can use without using any mana or arrows. That is at least my goal right now. Are we going to get this before Andariel? No, because Andariel is literally right here. So we are going to be chugging mana potions like a mad person. But as you can see, we're actually not doing bad against them. Even only level 12. It's basically an inversion of a different build. There is another build that uses that's an elemental arrow combined with... Hey, let's go ahead and take these guys out real quick before I get too mentally into that. But yeah, there is one that uses poison javelins and a few other things as well. Poison javelins being very low investment compared to lightning, but also a lot weaker. Can you... What the fuck? Oh, it's the ghostly bastard, and I'm clicking outside because it doesn't like me clicking there. There we go. What's the rarest? Okay, why is the rarest rune only gives indestructible trait? Why is it the most valuable upgrade whenever you can just repair the weapon? Ethereal items. And it's not really the most valuable item. The most valuable runes are a little bit lower than Zod. Zod is generally worth like a fraction of a jaw or anything like that. Cold damage and slow damage is not the... they are... That's kind of a complicated question. Okay, there is chill resistance, and then there is cold resistance, and there is slow. It's a layered thing. Basically, Holy Freeze is different from chill, if to try and make it simple. But as far as like cold damage, cold resistance actually does reduce the length of chill from cold damage. It's a complicated nonsense mess, as are a number of things in Diablo 2. Bear and Jaw are very valuable, yes. So is Ohm. Makes you sad you got a Zod off Pindle, but want an Enigma? Yeah, you can't trade in a Zod for an Enigma, unfortunately. You can make a Breath of Dying with it, though. Breath of Dying is actually a really good weapon that is a lot less expensive than people think, as far as trading goes. Is there a way to change the stream playlist to go from the start character to the finish? Actually, I can go do that real quick. Streams playlist. Sort. There we go. If you refresh it, it should go from oldest to newest. But it also has like the beta streams on there as well, which I need to sort out and stuff. I thought it was already to set to that, but apparently it was not. Highest rune I've gotten is actually a low as well, if that's any consolation, Kuro. Isn't Grief better than Breath of the Dying? Grief is more consistently better than Breath of the Dying. There are situations where Breath of the Dying is better, but usually those are not mainline builds. Grief is better in most of your mainline builds. Speaking of which, I'm still needing to get a 5-socket, a Phase, a Blade. You're welcome. Just tell me if it works, by the way, because I'm not positive if it kind of stuck or not. But if it doesn't work, I can refresh it after the stream and double check that it actually stuck. Sometimes it doesn't stick. It's YouTube. Hi, Andariel. How you doing? I just shot like completely wide there. Ouch. No, we're poisoned. Whatever will we do? I really wish she took fire from the... damage from the fires, but she does not. And that poison is actually damaging us. Oh no, our healing potions are finally catching up to it. Yoop. Let's go ahead and slow down. Get some of our walk on. Power walk away from Andariel. Run away. Where is she at? I think we just hit her. Where are you at? Why are you walking away from me, Andariel? It's uncalled for. And we literally just... We were just using that.
This maiden shall inflict no more anguish.
Breath of the Dying did not have Crushing Blow. Yay, I'm glad it worked. What are the IAS breakpoints for an Amazon? I cannot tell you that off the top of my head, and it varies depending on what you have equipped. Because if I'm using, say, a Bariza, it's going to be a different attack speed set of breakpoints than it is for, say, a Matriarch bow or a Grand Matron bow or any of those. Fine, we'll take Amplisa with us. Go east! And yes, we are skipping over the cinematics. I want to get Act 2 done. It seems like the internet has stabilized, especially since I've basically kicked everything else in the house off of it. It's that time of night. Nobody else is using it anyway. But there we go. We have 2 Arctic belts. Nice. Do we need any of these gems? No, no, no.
Hello.
Because it's not a simple table to break it down. There is a website. Here, I'll get you the website real quick. Other bookmarks, increase attack speed calculator. Blah, 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 blah. There you go. That is the attack speed calculator.
I bet you.
So as far as this guy goes, I think we will go with Jamali because he's the highest level one with prayer. Hi, Jamali. How you doing? Here's an armor for you. But generally speaking, it's not a simple table that you can do with it for the attack speeds. So you kind of have to mess around with it a little bit. And because it's... easiest way to say it is complicated. It's something that I don't think I could easily explain in a video either. Other than just to say, it's complicated. You kind of got to just do with it what you can. So let's see. Do we need anything from here? No. As far as what we can equip, we can't get anything new until 15 or 16. We've made it to the beetles. The beetles are great XP. With Jamali, we'll have some prayer. I might actually even just keep them in general. So let's see. Sure, why don't we do this? Why the hell not? If you guys know what I'm doing, that's going to be hilarious. And you just get that.
I'll put that to good use.
Oh, it's only melee weapons. Derp. We can still do stuff with it. So I could go 3 tall. We could do... Actually, I need 2 socket for the wind. Not the wind one, the other one. Or whatever. Get as much increased attack speed as you can find, pretty much. You know what? Let's buy those back. I'm going to go like that. We now have a crossbow. And we are giving up probably the stronger bow just to have a crossbow. I don't know why I forgot Malice is melee only. My brain just kind of like completely derped on me. Yeah. My brain just completely farted. We need a 2-socket one if we want to do the bow rune word. And it's not a great rune word, but it works. But now we actually do reasonable damage. I always forget, these guys can actually spawn in here in normal difficulty. Hey, mercenary, please. Oh, for fuck's sake. Mercenary, please don't be a dumbass next time whenever I'm coming to revive you again. I keep forgetting he's under-leveled. And yeah, that does interrupt our attack, by the way. So I'm going to go back to town. I'm going to get his butt back. Do any of the cube recipes have a guaranteed increased attack speed roll? No.
Good day.
Jamali needs to stop dying, though. I find it hilarious that we actually do look at things as we pass by. If you watch the head... Oh, wrong button.
Good day.
But yeah, if you watch the character's head, they actually do look at things as they run by it. It's one of those little details that you likely wouldn't notice. So mercenary, stop dying. I make videos that help people make rune words. That doesn't mean I have perfect memory. I really do not have perfect memory. My brain is a jumble of so many different things, it's ridiculous. So, yeah. I make those videos with notes for a reason. I think we look kind of badass right now, by the way. I don't know why. Just seems kind of like a cool setup to me. And there is a 3-socket rune word for bows. We actually have one waiting for us. It is edge, but we have to be 25 to use it. And I make more than rune word videos. After I get done doing the equipment sorted ones, I will be doing like Amazon, mercenary, etc. rune word videos that give you a better breakdown of specifically the class thing, because that's a very common question on those videos. You are over-leveled to do Den of Evil? There is no such thing as being over-leveled for a quest reward. I'm just glad that they're helpful. That's my stance on them. As long as people are enjoying them and they are helping them get what they need in-game, I am happy with them. There are things I wish I could do better, had the skills or the time to do better. But that is something that I am working on. It will just take time for me to get there. And a level up, sweet, so we can just keep shooting magic arrows for days. More magic arrow. Okay, so we need more dexterity. We have 2 more levels until we can use it. But yeah, my goal is just for them to be helpful. Well, that's a good thing, especially if it's helping you play the game easier. Because that's one thing that I have noticed a lot of people do have trouble with. They think the game is really, really hard, and then they learn about it, and it's like, oh, why didn't I realize that before? I mean, I went through the same thing. I had to learn all this stuff either the hard way or through people at much smarter than me at Lurker's Lounge and stuff like that back in the day. I went by a different name then, but still. Can we stop getting poisoned by everything? Our poison resist is, 9%. Yeah, our poison resist is shit. I thought it was higher than that.
I can't carry anymore.
Let's see. It's not ethereal. It's only one socket, though. The calculations are messed up. The zombies regenerate faster than... Zombies regenerate faster than they can hit you. That's why you get, like, Frost Nova and stuff like that off of your gear. And you shouldn't be on Players 8. No, I don't play hardcore online. I only play it in single player. Mainly because I don't trust servers. I never trust servers. And hey, M. Pengle, how's it going? Druid Hurricane skill. Does everything take damage within the circle or only the monsters hit by the outer ring? It's everything in the circle. Think of it as Nova radius. You didn't have anybody to lean on for information when you were playing as a kid. YouTube was not a thing. Yeah, I know that. Napster did not have guide videos. Hey, I used Napster for a while when I was younger. But yeah, most of the guides back in the day were forums. Back whenever I played. It was forums and you'd have GameFAQs. GameFAQs is still around. I still sometimes post stuff there, actually. I know of Angry Joe. I don't know him personally. Let's see. Forgot you put your game on Players 5? Yeah. That could be part of it. We're actually doing really good on the magic arrow cost now. Let's go and grab the spare bolts. That should fill us up on both. Yes. We'll just keep on trucking. Hey, an L rune. Always pick up L runes, by the way. Don't leave them behind. That is one of the biggest mistakes that I made whenever I first started. You always want to have at least like 6 or 7 L runes in storage. Because you will be like, oh, it's just an L rune, I can leave it behind. A lot of times, and then you'll go to make a rune word and be like, I need an L rune. Oh shit, I'm out. Thank you for the sticker, Miss M. Pengle. I have not seen that one before. That is a cool one. I like the little exercising pair. I really do like the stickers. The stickers do look awesome. There's a lot of fun ones out there. How do I feel about Trapsons? They are probably my #1 recommendation for new players. Because they are easy to kind of set up to just be strong. And all you need to make them like hell capable is just throw a lower resist wand on them from basically Nightmare Drognin, and you are set. And there goes Mercenary. Bye, Mercenary. You will not be missed, because you're going to come back in just a few minutes anyway. And that's the reason we have cold on our weapon, by the way. If you didn't notice, we are shattering things. Okay, so let's go and load those in.
Atma has been avenged.
Let's grab Book of Skill. Take that. Heavy boots, yes. Drop you on there. And I think we'll take the gnarled staff because it's going to be worth more than bolts. We can buy new bolts in a little bit. But there is Radamant. Free skill point, everything. Oh yeah, don't do traps in on a controller. Hey, fact checker. Let's go ahead and show that. Oh, I can see. Clicking on that to allow it, it just showed me the analytics from the stream, and I can see right whenever the network connection goes down, there is a dip like crazy. Holy crap. Looks like the Grand Canyon there. Torn between a Boazon versus Trapazon versus Bone Necro. By Nightmare, you should be fine with mana issues for a Trapson if you get Insight for your Mercenary. Always get Insight. Insight is one of those first round rune words that you should be trying to get as soon as possible. It's like Stealth, Lore, Insight. Those are the big three. Then you get the fourth one, which is usually Spirit, and maybe a Malice or two. Trapson on a controller does suck. You play on console, it's rough. I can imagine. As far as on console, Bone Necro would be okay and Boazon would be okay. Mainly because they have target focus things. The problem I have with Bone Necro on console is aiming Bone Wall. Because I use Bone Wall super heavily on my strategy for it. You'd have to go Bone Prison. Because Bone Prison will trap what it's targeted on. Bone Wall, I'm actually not sure does it even work on console at all. I need to try that one out because I have not tried Bone Wall on controller. Oh yeah, we're going to sell that. We're going to get ourselves some more bolts. And sorry if you can hear the truck engine in the background. There is a douche within 100 yards. I smell the vinegar and water from here. It's a douche. Let's go ahead and get that. We're going to get this up to about level 12. Orb Fireball Source is really good on console. It's really fun with a controller. Let's see. Be a chat and play Barbarian. We're going to be doing 3 more characters, and Barbarian is going to be one of them. It will be in the next poll. Bone Wall puts the wall right in front of what you are targeting. That's not as bad. What does it do whenever there's no enemies on screen, though, is the question I'm thinking about. Because if there's no enemies on screen, I actually use Bone Wall as a bait. The way the Bone Wall works is what you do on PC is you drop the Bone Wall at the edge of the screen, and it will bait in enemies from like a screen and a half away to come and attack it, and then you wall those enemies in and you Bone Spear them. That's why I favor Bone Wall. Whereas Bone Prison requires a target, so you kind of just go with it. No, it does not have keyboard and mouse support on any of the consoles.
I've heard that you...
Unfortunately. And irritatingly. Also, if you're looking for a white wand for the Bone Necro that you're probably going to be making, this is the town layout you want for it. Basically, you want Drognin here, you want the gate there, and you want to wander in and out, talk to him, look at his weapons, and see if he has a 2-socket with plus Bone Spear. And if you find one with plus bone spear and not 2 sockets, double check that it can get 2 sockets before you invest time in it. Because a lot of the wands, especially in normal, can only get 1 socket. So, but I do find it weird. I mean, I know why they did it. It's so people can't have a PvP advantage on console. But at the same time, I find it stupid. Mouse and keyboard opens up a ton of build options. So, yeah, PC in general, in my opinion, for Diablo 2 is the better platform. It is worth noting that I am slightly used to playing Diablo games on consoles, simply because I played the hell out of Diablo 1 on console. I played it more on console than I did on PC. But I played both quite a bit. So, I am used to that kind of game. And this is very similar to that with a controller, where it's kind of clunky, but it auto-aims, so you kind of change your playstyle a little bit. 2-socket wand, you actually want to go with a white wand. Dole and Io. In that order.
I need a key.
Oh no, I need a key. Whatever will I do? Probably just keep murdering things. You'll probably end up playing Boazon as you have an amazing bow on your Boazon. Didn't know there were explosive arrows on bows? Yeah, some of the bows do. I tried to play Diablo 3 whenever it was in beta, and it decided to fight me. Controller on console, it feels like aimed stuff is way better on it, because it will auto-aim for you, which is very nice. Like, this build right here would actually not be bad on console. So, we could actually put a rune word in that. Not going to. We're close enough to our better weapon, which is the... Can you die? Stop walking away from me, you fool! Just kept walking away. I'm like, stop wasting my mana, please. Yeah. There is a lot to... Jesus Christ. There is a lot to be learned about console design for games like this, just industry-wide. There's some that do it fairly well, a lot that do it absolutely atrociously on controller, and it needs to be worked on. So, but none of them do it great. And that's because this is not something that is commonly put onto consoles. It's kind of like not action RPGs, it's kind of like real-time strategy games are not brought to console for a reason very often, but it's been done, and it's been done semi-successfully. And yes, I am just dumping in this to get this stuff down. Fireball nukes everything, yes. You built your PC a long time ago, doesn't feel like spending $1,000 on a new PC. Understandable. I mean, this computer is... How many years old now? 4 years old? I think some of the parts are 5 years old. So. Now, I don't have this on console. Closest I can get is doing it on controller. So I won't have like the server issues that people have been mentioning. I don't have first-hand experience on those, so I can't really speak to them. So trust somebody who actually has it on console for that kind of information. But as far as controller play, that is available on PC. I wish they would actually give us the ability to switch this out to looking like the console bottom with mouse and keyboard. Then mouse and keyboard would be a lot stronger. And I'd actually be more prone to playing the martial arts assassin. You built yours for the release of Diablo 3? Oh. I should actually set up the, well, I have to fix it first. The computer that I used to record on. That was set up around the time of Diablo 3. It could probably still run this. It's got around the minimum requirements, though. What is our chance to hit these guys, by the way? 89%. That's not terrible. And we're going to get a faster bow in 1 level. We can get slow missiles if we need to. Once you get into a game on console, you'll make sure you don't idle out of it and have other stuff to do. You just set up one of those little water drop birds that continually dip in the water. I forget what they're called. It's basically a fidget toy for your desk. Just get one of those and have it press a button randomly every few seconds. So we get to go down here. I really wish Mercenary's Prayer was a little bit better. It's level 3. It's not even enough to keep him alive. And there's the other one. Die. Nice. We need one more level, my friends. Yeah, one of those little bobber things. I don't know what they're called. Are they just called bobbers? That seems like such a basic name.
I need a key.
Sounds like it should be engraved on some throwing stars. Bob Bob. You thought about playing Summon Necro so you don't even have to play the game? I mean, I have heard worse excuses for playing a Summoner Necro. The only hard part about Summoner Necro is normal difficulty. After you get to Hell difficulty, if you've got your summons set up, or Nightmare difficulty even, you generally don't have much to worry about. Mercenary, can you stop walking into the poison, for God's sake? He is literally just going to kill himself on the poison. It's kind of sad. Druid feels good on console. I haven't tried him on controller. The ones I've tried on controller are Amazon. I tried a little bit of Necro, and I've tried Sorceress on it. I haven't really tried too much on the other ones. I have a feeling Frenzy Barbs feel a lot better on controller. Because then you can set it up to just do the Frenzy and Double Swing kind of alternating super easily. So that's dead end. We don't need to go in there. Skelly's supposed to amplify damage plus corpse explosion is all you need. And a Might Mercenary. Although, generally speaking, for going through the game, I use... Sorry, I was just concentrating on there. But yeah, for going through the game, I generally use Thorn's Mercenary with amp damage just because it makes the bosses easier. And then whenever I'm doing post-game stuff, I switch over to Might Mercenary. Because the Might Mercenary makes it faster to kill like the trash mobs. Whereas Thorns makes it faster to kill the bosses. At least until you get good gear or much higher level. That's not what I wanted. I want that. Okay, so we are slowly getting our charms coming in, by the way, if you haven't noticed. They're slowly turning blue. Find funny doing normal Diablo with a... Oh, yeah. Normal Diablo with a summon Necro is a pain in the ass. You generally, if you're going to be doing that, you just throw your Clay Golem at them and throw down Iron Maiden. That's just the general plan. It's just cheese the crap out of it. If you have the proper balance of Skeleton Mastery and Summon Skeleton with a pinch of Summon Resist, you can knock about a third of his life off in one go at him with a full stack of skeletons. But you have to have that balanced out properly. Just throw them downfield, downrange, whatever you want to call it. There you go. They all did. And there is our Herodric Cube, which is very welcome. Okay, pick up the gold. Do we need anything else in here? We'll drink a mana potion. Why not? Da 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 da. Yeah, Iron Maiden is really good in normal. Whenever you get into the higher difficulties with the natural physical resistance, it becomes even worse and also gets penalized. So, it becomes worse. Would using a controller change my targeting? Yes. Because it auto-targets. And that's true of all the classes. Hey, Kane, how's it going? Bye, Kane.
How may I help you?
Let's go ahead and swap those out. I want to keep that in there, though. As far as other gear, let's get that. Oh, we don't have enough gold for that. What? Yeah, we do. Give me all the shad stash money. You know, we only need a little bit. That is mercenary gear. Da 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 da. Now we have Econo Holy Freeze Mercenary. And we are level 14. He is not. But at level 14, he could wear that. You just had a 10-minute battle getting your body back? Yes, the souls are a nightmare. Gloams are the worst thing in the game. They really do. They have map hack, too. They'll attack you from off screen. Spam the golem on the side where the skellies and the merc aren't. That can work out pretty good, too. It's not the best thing ever. That's more of a nightmare into hell strategy. Multiplayer rune drop is nerfed in... What? Multiplayer rune drop isn't nerfed in hell. If you're playing players 1, then it's going to drop the same whether you're playing single player or multiplayer. If you're just by yourself. If you have more players in the game, it will drop more runes. It is functioning as normal. By the way, hello everyone I have not greeted by name yet. There have been a few of you drop in that I have seen familiar names and I've just forgotten to say your names. You're going to give traps a go, even though traps are hard to place on console. You need a boss killer because your druid takes a few years to farm bosses. If you're trying to kill bosses, sorceress is your kind of go-to. Sorceress would be your number 1, followed by probably barbarian and paladin. Now, we did Thursday because we skipped Tuesday. Because I was having connection... Well, the server was having connection issues. Then I was having connection issues. It was just a day of issues, so we made it up on Thursday. But, how's it going, Devil? And yes, Devil may cry. The rest of you can't. But yeah, boss killer, I would... Even on consoles, I would probably lean towards the sorceress. Spamming that fireball can nuke most of the bosses except for, like, Diablo. In fact, this would probably be more relaxing with a controller at this point. Now that we've gotten the guided arrow to a reasonable level. Not guided arrow, magic arrow. Let's grab this real quick. Yeah, Source is kind of boring, but she is DPS. She's the deeps. But if you're going specifically for boss farming, she is actually one of the best. Where are the stairs? Oh. Yeah, honestly, I don't like the new stairs. If you guys didn't notice, I missed them. Yes, I make bad puns. Deal with it. Yeah, devils never cry, but they may cry. I still haven't played the new one. And what's really bad is I got a press key for it back when it released. So I feel kind of bad about it, but at the same time, it's a big company. They don't care. I got it after their initial press key giveaway kind of things. I was in like the 5th wave or some crap like that. Let's see. Honestly, the controller would be kind of relaxing on this character because we really are just, we're shooting magic arrows and we're not caring about anything. And I wouldn't have to aim, I wouldn't have to think. And we look kind of like, oh, I'm trying to remember the name of them. They're a Final Fantasy. They're in one of the Final Fantasy games. Just our armor and stuff makes me think of it. It's Final Fantasy 12. That clarifies it a little bit. The knights. I'm trying to remember what they're called. One of your teammates' brothers was in it, and they used to be one of the knights as well. Yeah, I usually don't bother with like the ultra hard difficulties. Yeah, it's fun for a challenge every now and then, and yeah, if I really, really love a game, I will, but usually no. I don't know where Mercenary went. He's just doing his own thing.
I am overburdened.
There you go. You don't play hardcore, you just like having a good overall character, you don't need the best, just one that's fun. That's why you like the Wind Druid. He just, after you get your resists up, he's not quite so bad. But yeah, before you get your resists up, a lot of characters really kind of struggle on them. That's one reason why I recommend Smoke so often. It's just a really good source of resists. And early on, you should always be saving your resist charms. The judges, there we go. That's who I'm thinking of. Do we not look kind of like the judges? Except with a pointier helmet? The judges are who I'm thinking of. We just can't get one of those weird kind of like shovel helmets. The shovel-faced helmets. I'm kind of surprised we haven't gotten little gremlins. The lightning boys. The beetles. I was thinking of the judges.
Hello.
Sadly, Final Fantasy XII was a game that I really liked starting out, but about like a third of the way through, I just kind of like started getting to the kind of frustrating point, and on the last third, I just kind of shoved my way through it, just getting irritated. You got a Talzami? Congratulations! You just got past Act 1 Nightmare? Ah, you're still in the early stages on the Wind Druid. Yeah. I can understand that. That is still struggle stage. Guess what we got? We got Arctic Horny. Am I gonna bother with this? No. We're not going back to it, so I'm not gonna bother with it. Yay! 88% chance to hit Itchies. Son of an Itchy. And we also have rings, finally, and an amulet. That is actually going to help out quite a bit. Yes. Yes. And then at 25, we get a better bow. Let's see. Just started an online paladin character. They can get powerful rather quickly. Oh, yes, they can. They can get very powerful quickly. There's a reason why I say paladins are the strongest class in the game. You mean your Windy can pop Hurricane and just walk through a level? Bosses just suck. Yeah. It's because you resists, and you don't really do great damage versus larger targets because you don't scale. Still doing Den of Evil. This pally is exactly what I was looking for. Ah. You're still doing the pacifist paladin. Okay, back to Far Oasis. Let's find ourselves a waypoint. Oh, this feels nice. You know what? I am really tempted to go controller now, since we don't really need to do too much else. You know what? Let's do it. Bomp bomp. And let's go to our skill tree. Bind skill to A. And we will get the... Where is the pickup? Loot should be on... Right trigger. Interact on X. And we'll do multi-shot on... Where is it? Do that one on that. General skills will do just basic attack. Where are you at? There it is. On Y. Yay! Now we actually have... Oh, we can interact with A anyway. That's fine.
It's locked.
Will I make an Eth in my bow? I can. Not really feeling like it. We're using a... That's definitely feeling weird. If you are pressing a direction whenever you are doing these other things, it like does a jittery thing. Let's see. Oh, the... Yeah, that's a very awkward... Multi-shot is awkward with this, I have to say. But this is so much easier to play with than actually clicking on the things. Yeah, you don't want a high defense whenever you're playing a pacifist paladin, that's for sure. And the thing that's going to raid you out the most is going to be Desace. You need the chance to cast Novas and stuff for him. You're going to lose your mind if this character dies? Why? Man, the stamina is so weird on this. Thoughts on a Zeal Paladin with max conviction and Tiamat's Rebuke, similar items and elemental damage charms, some of them like 40-50 LE damage. I mean, it's functional. It can get through the game. An Avenger can get through... Oh, no, you're thinking conviction, not vengeance. Honestly, I mean, it's fine. You're generally going to be better off with things that give you, like, auras for elemental damage, because it's going to be a lot higher than what you can get from charms. At least easily. Oh, you're doing hardcore. Okay. Yeah, you might not make it through normal. I'm just going to tell you right now. Desace is going to be probably one of the most strugglesome things for you. The struggle will be real. This is actually really, really easy to do right now, and it's kind of disturbing me. Because all we do is we just stop and shoot everything. And it just auto-aims at stuff around us. Hey, Beetle Burst. He's magic resistant. It didn't help him. Crescent Moon and Holy Shock. That's actually kind of a fun combo.
I am overburdened.
Is it broken and overpowered? No. Is it fun? Yes. So let's go ahead and nope, I want to do... How do I cast with this? That. On that. Drop that. Put that in. We were getting attacked, weren't we? I'm just loving how easy it is to just auto-aim. It's kind of ridiculous. But yeah, lower resist will make it a lot easier if you're using auras and stuff like that. You did that before you got your dream. You'll want conviction for light immunes. You can use a lower resist wand as well. It's not the hardest thing to set up. Where is our waypoint, for God's sake? I think I've been around this entire area. I just want the waypoint so I can go down in the hole. The only other place I can think of it being is possibly close to this spot over here. Or up on that little top middle section that we kind of skipped over.
I can't carry anymore.
You figure go with that route till you can manage Grief, Dream, Helm, then Shield, then use the Conviction for Aura. Generally, if you're like going for dual Dream, you have enough to get a Conviction Mercenary. But found a lower res wand with 97 charges, that'll work. It's if it's level 3, that should be a relatively high level item too. I forget what the formula is that determines the level and the number of charges, but level 3 is the highest. Oh, we did get the waypoint. Hadoip. Why am I being a derp today? We are literally just not even bothering with running out of mana. Yeah, and we even actually already activated it, because I is derp. It was in the first place we looked. I just forgot that we got it. Oh, now we go underground. I guess this is sort of like a mini preview of what it's going to be like for the martial arts assassin. Yeah, Bear, if I remember correctly, Bear is more expensive than Shaw. But it's still... We're talking like end game level gear for dual Dream. You guys don't stand a chance in these tunnels. It's going to be a right turn, so we're going to go this way first. And we literally just pop in and just hold down the button. And we're good. So again, right. And I'm going to switch to walking because I have a really hard time tracking that stamina thing at the bottom. Ooh, Elrune. Yes. You can't even imagine leveling a martial arts assassin? Well, we're going to be trying with a controller. And I have a feeling that's going to be actually a little bit easier than doing it with mouse and keyboard because it's less skill juggling. So again, we go right. This is convoluted as shit, but anyway. Down we go. Well, controller is easier on my arm because it keeps my elbow from jacking up and my wrist from acting up. But there are a lot of builds that just don't with controller. They just don't work. Like, Trap Assassin is kind of crap with it. I know for a fact Firewall or Blizzard are kind of crap with it. Meteor's crap with it. But Fireball is good. Orb is good. Bow skills seem to be good. Let's go down this way. And yes, I know I'm walking. I guarantee you there's going to be at least one person who watches this on the Let's Play channel who is like confused as to why I'm using controller for a couple episodes. Die, you fools! And that can't be a 4-socket crystal sword, so we're not even bothering to pick it up. I do want to get a 6-socket one, though. Aura enchanted, that's conviction. Will it auto-target the big boy? Doesn't look like it, not yet. There we go. Yeah, and just too many things are hatching for me to target him. Because he's really far in. That's going to be a little bit of an irritant later on, but he's dead. For normal difficulty, it's not so bad. We can kill the other things fast enough, that's not a big issue. And I'm mostly just trying to keep the mercenary from getting targeted by poison right now. Because I don't want to have to pay to revive him a million times. I am on Battle.net right now. I do play offline a lot. That's where most of my main characters are. That's why I don't worry. And this picking up crap with A is actually really fucking irritating. Because I end up with all this garbage in my inventory. Drop it. Thank you. You go in there. And I don't have this stuff spaced out, so I am going to actually have to go mouse and keyboard. Wait a minute. Did it not drop the staff? What the third oh, I didn't open the chest. That would be why. Like, I saw a pile of stuff there. I was like, it didn't drop the staff? You didn't drop the staff, you heathens! But no, it dropped the staff, just not yet. And I don't have this set up for controller-friendly loot drops. Are you saying hardcore because leveling martial arts assassin and hardcore is different? Just a little bit different. How do you survive as a melee assassin? By hitting things. By punching them in the nuts.
Good day.
Okay, so trade repair. Where is the repair everything? Is there a repair everything? Actually, how do you even repair? That is confuzzling. Do I have anything that needs repairs? I don't need to go into my belt. I don't think I have anything that needs repairs. That might be why it's not showing up. Okay. I did switch pickup to another button. It still picks up with the initial button, and it's kind of irritating. So that is level 14, so he's not going to get that yet. So this goes there. This goes in there. And yes, I pressed control then, it just didn't go through. You can't play offline because you always get tempted to use Hero Editor. I mean, if that's what you're going to enjoy, I guess go ahead and enjoy it. I personally like finding all the things because it lets me kind of fit the pieces of the puzzle together. Hold left stick to repair all? Okay. I will remember that for next time. But yeah, A is my shot button for Magic Arrow. I think I'm going to swap it to X and put pickup on, like... My pickup is right trigger, in case you're wondering. Die, you fool! So where is our exit to this infernal place? Did we find the exit for this place, or did we just kind of, like, wander past it a few million times? Now, having Saigon's armor on does mean our stamina does drain faster. So I think it was down here. But I can't remember whether it was bottom left or bottom right. Oh, we didn't even go in the corner, so it's probably over here. Ow, lordy. We rub abandon. With abandon. Take Magic Arrow off of that. But it's more comfortable. Why can't they just let it work properly? Okay, so bind that to X. Hey, I leveled up, sweet. I'll assign the skill points in a little bit. It's fine. We're such aggressive kickers. Saigon's doesn't drain stamina, but it's a medium armor, so the armor actually causes you to lose stamina faster than if you were using light armor. That's the only thing it does. It doesn't actively, like, say, minus X stamina. No. It's not quite that cruel. It's just literally, it's medium armor, so it has the medium armor penalty. That's true of any medium armor. Heavy armor drains it even faster while you're running. So I think we're going to do walking for a little while we're wearing this, until I can start investing in vitality. Although I can invest in vitality now that I've actually gotten kind of set up. And I'm literally just able to sit here and hold down the button and it just kills everything. Yeah, this is actually kind of relaxing. I'm not even really paying attention to the actual game. I'm sitting here reading chat. Well, I'm wandering around and just pressing the button every now and then. Now, I'm going to have to actually pay attention to the game whenever we get down to the bottom floor of this place. Now, it is worth noting, by the way, you don't have to actually get the entire staff. You can just get the amulet and do the maggot layer later on if you are actually having trouble with it, like if you're doing a summoner or something else that hates narrow passages. Do the other parts first, get yourself some extra levels, and it'll make it that a little bit easier for you to use like an alt skill for it. Or slap things with a hammer. Hey, Dark Elder, how you doing? Thanks for getting olive in my grill to see if this actually can work, and it works just fine. Yep. We are full Saigons except for shield. We are using Mantle and Nokazan because they're all things that we found on other characters. This is just a YouTube stream. I do stream on Twitch every now and then, but not Diablo. It's mostly art streams, and I will be doing like other gaming streams on there, but not action RPGs. Action RPGs will pretty much strictly be on this channel. So if you want to see games that aren't like this, then subscribe to the Twitch channel. If you want to see art stuff, subscribe to the Twitch channel. But if you want to see just Diablo 2, this is the channel you want to be on. What shrine are you? Ooh, XP. Let's go find some enemies. Let's run. Oh, and now none of the enemies. There we go. As soon as I get an XP shrine, all the enemies up and disappear like a fart in the wind. But I cannot stream on here and on Twitch at the same time. I can stream on Twitch and then upload it here a day after. But that's because I'm an affiliate on Twitch. And I would have to give up affiliate status, which means giving up my emojis, which is not a pleasant idea to me. If I wanted to do like dual casts. But yes, Alzorath on Twitch is me. Now, another thing I could do is actually, after finishing the stream on here, upload it to Twitch. Be a real dick about it. And just do a rerun of it on there. That would be rude. That would be all kinds of rude. But I have seen people do weirder things, so each their own. Now I'm just hoping we don't get the revival guys. Only things I don't want in here right now. I mean, they're not going to be the worst thing ever. It's just going to be mildly irritating. Hi, snaky boys. I'm going to be doing a hybrid. I'm actually going to be doing Boazon through normal, then we're going to start investing in javelins in Nightmare, and then we'll be full hybrid by hell. If that makes sense. We're doing lightning / multi-shot. Because we have a Bariza do whatever jigger. The unique. And we also have an ethereal javelin that I wanted to use for something, and we're going to use it for javelins on here. You have a 6-socket phase blade if I need? No, thank you though. No, the reason I want a 6-socket crystal sword is just for fashion show reasons. Whenever we do the barbarian, I would not mind actually doing a malice / 6-tal crystal sword. But yeah, we're doing multi things here. Is it just you, or do the Diablo 2 original graphics look worse than you remember? They are worse. I do have a video that compares this plus this one's retro setting plus what I record in Classic, which is with an upscaler. Which is the Sven Rapper. Oh, there is revival guys in here. I see him up there. Hi, Biscuit Boy. You're going to be a pain in the butt to aim at, aren't you? Yeah, there he goes. That wasn't so bad. I mean, it's not great having to aim for the big guys. Makes aiming at the Guardians a little bit more difficult. Your duty here is done. Yay! You beat Den of Evil. Honestly, it does get a little bit easier as you get a little further in. And then it gets really hard around Act 4. Act 2 and Act 3 are relatively easy because things are just popping themselves left and right and you get a lot of experience. Act 1 is a little bit slow because everything's so spaced out. But, yeah. Actually, we'll take that. Combat Shrine, sure. Why not? Yay, another level up. And have I actually done stats on controller? I have not done stats on controller. We're going to do stats on controller. Just so I know what it feels like. Ow, 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 ow. Oh, we're on a trap. That's part of the reason it's hurting so bad to be there. But we need to find a quiet room to do that in because it takes up the full screen. So you're doing this, you're doing a hardcore, are you at least recording it? My God. Record it if you're doing hardcore pacifist. Because that would be like something that most people have not done. So character, let's see, 10 stat points remaining. Let's actually put that into... Yeah, we'll just put it all into vitality. Get our life up just a little bit. There you go. Skill tree. 2 skill points remaining. Okay, so we're just going to go magic arrow. Magic arrow down to 0.1. Which means we should never run out of mana. There we go. Don't even actually have to aim at him. Just kind of knew who I was going for. Act 3 hell sucks solo. Oh, you're doing lightning. That's usually what people complain about in Act 3. It is a bit rough. Hence another reason why we're going hybrid. Yeah, running around with the pacifist paladin is a thing you need to do. Let's see. I'm sorry, I'm trying to read backlog on the chat thing real quick. Yeah, the one nice thing about lightning is a lower resist wand is enough to break most of them. Not all of them, but most of them. Can I actually manually aim at them? No. Okay, so let's go ahead and run identify. No, I need to hold it down on you. Fire resist 6%. That can be dropped. I said drop. And that can go in there. We'll sort it out whenever we're using a keyboard. You're not recording not yet, at least? Well, it would be fun to watch. All right, okay, real question. Level 82 Fire Orb Source with +8 skills, Spirit, Crystal Sword and Monarch, Skin of Viper Magi, Tiles, Ami, Belt, Helm, Mage Fist. What's a good spot to level? With that particular build? Because we keep running out of stamina. I just keep forgetting to turn it back on. But you run and you get dropped down to 0 defense as well. And you don't have Resurrected? You could record it on vanilla. Our pacifist run was done on LOD. It was 99.7% pacifist because I got fed up with Desace and ended up punching him in the face. In case anyone was wondering, it wasn't 100% pacifist for me. I really did get fed up with Desace because he's a pain in the ass to do pacifist, but it's possible. But yeah, lightning can be broken with a lower resist wand in most cases. There's a few that can't, but for the most part it is. And are there any ethereal white axes worth keeping? I mean, for general use, no. There are some like gimmicky little things you can do. Like, there are a few axe rune words that make them indestructible that can be fun on ethereal. But most people aren't going to run those builds. If I remember correctly, death is one of them, though. Me? I am on PC. I'm just playing with controller because I felt like being lazy with this character. And it was like super easy to do. Oh, you think your lightning can stop me? I am in Saigons, my friend. But yes, Desace is killable. You just got to get him to take enough damage fast enough before he kicks in his healing. After he starts healing, you might as well just restart the entirety of Chaos Sanctuary. Ta-da! Everything's dead. I'm going to pick up those heavy boots if it'll let me. This is one downside to starting it without the... There we go. Without the spaced loot for consoles.
Let there be light.
Identify those. But no, we're playing on PC. We're just doing it all relaxed style. We have used a little bit of our arrows.
Hello.
So right click is repair all. Oh, that's auto sort. Hold to repair all. There we go. Yes. That is... Man, this thing does not know how to sort anything. That is ugly. You can never do that again, inventory. Why did it flash red just then? I am not being attacked. I am in town, damn it. Transmute, and we are going to switch back over to mouse and keyboard for a minute. Yeah. Because that's going to make my life about 1,000,000 times easier. So, fire resist, small charm. I don't think we actually had any lower fire resist ones. We'll use it instead of that for now. So, we now have life leech. Mercenary is level 14, so he can use this now. Ta-da! He's now got actual armor. Okay, is there anything else we can equip? Not really. We're good. So we'll switch back to this for a little while. It was relaxing to play with the controller for a bit. That's going to go back on the shelf, though. We're going to be doing an entire playthrough on the Assassin, that form, so it'll be fine. You may enter the palace. Hey, when the trouble started, all the Haremites came down here. Nice. Groovy. Sweet. Slick. Down we go. It's fine. Hey, big boys. Eat my arrows. Oh no, we've gotten chilled slightly. Oh yeah, because we don't have Cannot Be Frozen. We don't get that until like 40 something. We do have Raven Frost for that, but at the same time, we don't have it right now. What's a good spot to level? Oh, sorry. I kind of got mentally distracted. I apologize. As far as the Frozen Orb Sorceress, honestly, she can go anywhere she wants. Ancient Tunnels is pretty good for farming. You have... If you have the setup to kind of deal with Gloams, then Worldstone Keep is actually really good for that. But if you don't have the setup for Gloams, usually I would go to... Trying to think where I usually end up leveling. It's been so long since I leveled my Fireball Orb Source on single player. Mostly I did Chaos Sanctuary runs on her, and I did a whole crap ton of Andariel runs, which actually got me several of my levels past 90. It tells you how many Andariel runs I did. But for the most part, yeah. Chaos, Worldstone Keep. Try and get set up to deal with Gloams. Mercenary, don't die. Okay, do we have shortcut? I don't think we do. Am I reading comments? You don't... There's people commenting every now and then. You'd be surprised how many people you need in chat to actually keep a steady stream. Generally, it gets a little bit too fast to read, around 75 people. Until then, we usually sit at about 2 or 3 comments a minute, which is enough for me to kind of keep caught up in between fighting various enemies. But yes, I am responding to chat. I replied that I am playing on PC.
Arcane Fortress.
You have 72 light res, 50-ish, and everything else. That's... I mean, you can survive-ish, Gloams. Oh, I just realized I'm in top chat and not live chat as well. I don't think there's a difference for it for me. Yeah, there isn't a difference for it for me, but there might be for you. I hate that it defaults to top chat, even for the streamer. I'd rather have live chat so I know everything that's being said. I don't know how it determines what the top chat is. There's another towel rune. It's a tall rune, as opposed to a short rune. And usually the chats are pretty chill. New player questions are welcome and all that fun stuff, but... But I also do just generally chat as well, because I come from a shoutcasting / live, like, let's play background, so... Can you not just stand in the firewall, you dumbass? Fine. You deserve to die to that. I fed you healing potions, but you stayed staying in the firewall. The formula for it, I don't remember off the top of my head. It's a rune, a gem, and a piece of unique armor, though. I can't remember whether unique armor is perfect diamond or perfect emerald. It's one of those two. But I would have to have the screen open to tell you off the top of my head. Ariat Summit has the formulas, though. One second, and I can probably tell you. I don't have that little app either. There is an app that has all this crap in it, but I don't download apps because I have an old-ass phone. Project Cube. It's towards the bottom. Okay, Tal Shale, perfect diamond, unique armor makes it exceptional. Tal Shale, perfect diamond. It's one of those things where I know there's a formula for it. It's just a brain thing of, like, do I mentally remember what specific runes are in it? No. Mine's not a flip phone, but I did have a flip phone until 2017. If that tells you anything. My phone isn't even near me at the moment. I don't like... Okay, I love the idea of cell phones. I don't like being able to be contacted 24/7. Would I recommend upgrading Dark Glow? It's actually not the worst one to upgrade. You're not going to really get much from the extra defense, though. Because the extra defense is going to, 1, make you harder to hit, and 2, it's going to be... it's not going to be enough to make a difference, really, in the long run. Yeah, flip phones are sort of coming back. But they're more coming back in the way of, it's more like the razors. The little, like, not razors. Oh, what were the name of the ones that were horizontal typers? That you kind of slipped forward and it just had the, like, full keyboard underneath it. Trying to remember what those were called. My phone is on the charger 90% of the time. Just something I need to get better about. Because that's not good for the battery. Right now it's on a discharge phase, so I'm letting it discharge down to below 50%. Let's see. The slide. There you go. With your job, you probably get 30 phones a day, about 50 texts, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. nonstop. Yep. What's bad is how often that happened with a job that didn't need it for me, which is annoying. Oh, sidekicks?
How may
I never remember what things like that are called. Mine was literally just like one of those like old people flip phones, and it was fine for me. It did text, it did calls. That was it. My new one I actually do use for like watching YouTube every now and then and stuff, but very rarely. And I barely ever check it for texts. Which is, I know, not the nicest thing to do, but most people know if they need me, they know where I'm at. So let's see. 21 for that one. Yeah, we're not going to get anything new for a while. Jitterbug. No, it was a Samsung. But it was... Jeez, I'm trying to remember how many years old before it retired. Which is a lot. Let's see. Let's go for the teleporty pads. And hopefully Mercenary won't commit suicide in a firewall again. Because that was a little bit irritating that he was just kind of like, meh. Yeah, I'm nowhere near old enough to be a boomer. I'm at the younger Gen X, older millennial age group. Sometimes your phone rings and you literally want to shoot it. I have thought about, oddly enough, turning the volume up on the phone, but making a silent ringtone that is just absolute, just dead silence for like however many seconds straight. So it won't make a noise whenever anybody besides my select group of people call. That age group is the new boomers. Gen X haven't even hit the boomer stage yet. But it doesn't really matter to me. My brain is still malleable enough that I'm able to do things that boomers are not. You know, like considering, you know, human needs and realities. And that the world that they left us is completely fucked up. And I know Mercenary is technically next to me, even though he's showing over there. I am old enough not to say how old I am. And no, I'm older than that. But I generally don't give my exact age. Let's just say I was in college while playing this. Well, university. That's about as close as I'm going to say. Whenever it first released. So let's go ahead and we are going to be free enough.
Run away. Run.
Sorry, I felt a sneeze coming on and it didn't come out. Yeah, the chat median seems to be in the late 20s all the way up to the early 40s. I know that there is someone who came in from a friend's channel that is much younger, but other than that, I don't think we have too many youngins here. I mean, most of the people that I've been seeing in like various Diablo 2 groups were like even like junior high age. I'm like, okay. It's a bit odd, but fine. Here's a hint. If you go by just strictly age, 30 plus is boomer, you're gonna eventually be a boomer yourself. That's just like whenever one of my nieces said that anyone over 30 is old. And guess what? She's getting close to it now. She has to be. Because age will creep up on everybody. You only get senior high these days? I've had a few come in and say that they were like 7 or 8 whenever they were playing, so I know that's not all. And then there's people who started, there was a big like resurgence in, I want to say like 2013 or so, for some reason that I've been coming across. I mean, for a while there, it was possible to completely lose your mercenary. It was for a few months, though. Now, I have to say, this path looks a lot less MC Escher than it did in the original. Because in the original, these looked like they were supporting these. Now, they overlap just enough in the wrong way that you can kind of tell that they're not. Yep. The boomers were born in the 50s. They are the people born after the returning from World War II with a bunch of horny people who had just been in very stressful situations for a very long time, so they're mentally fucked up and had a bunch of kids. So all these kids born from that were with really jacked up parents. And grew up in an era where there were a lot less rights for women and minorities. And a lot less emphasis on social empathy as well. It's a very callous generation. Very me, and toxic levels of individualism as opposed to healthy levels of individualism. There we go. My voice just kind of like cut out for a minute there. That means we're closing in on the 4-hour mark. When you first played the game, you thought amp damage dealt damage by itself. People still think you're 16. You're turning 30 next month. It's not that old, Adam. I wouldn't mind wandering around the world in first person in this, but I would have to say it would kind of suck for the gameplay because having area of awareness is kind of important to it. No, I am still, geez, I'm trying to think, several decades short of being a boomer. I am of the age that finds boomers and younger millennials to be just equally irritating. Although, oddly enough, I love how much the... I'm forgetting the name for the current generation. The TikTok generation pisses off my cohort. I love that. It makes me happy. Yeah, we'll probably do Duriel and then we'll call it a evening. Zoomer? Yeah, that would be about right. There's some Zoomer humor that I don't get. There's some Zoomer humor I do get. And it does make me happy to see people, like, freaking out over it. I'm one of those people. It's like, you guys are having problems with it. Literally had a friend ranting about, I hate how all these people are sticking out their tongues. Does it matter? Are they sticking their tongues out at you? No? Okay, it's fine. They are literally just doing that because that's what they want to do. More power to them. That mentality is what made the boomer generation what it is. We are the judges of what is right for the next generation because the next generation is young and they know nothing. None of them have experiences with it. It's like, no, that is a bad mentality. You are not perfect. I am not perfect. They are not perfect. They're just doing the best they can. Let them have fun with the short part of the time they have in the world. Accumulating wealth is not the objective of life. Because you cannot take that shit to the grave with you. All you're doing is making it harder on your fellow human beings for some godforsaken reason. I know, I'm not religious. I just like swearing with that. Sorry for the random rant. Oh yeah. Money may not buy happiness, but it buys the freedom to find happiness. Money is not the root of all evils, but the desire to accumulate mass amounts of wealth just to accumulate wealth is evil. There is no reason anyone needs trillions of dollars in their own personal stashes. That's just hoarding. That is dragon's wealth. Sometimes you gotta slay the dragon. They still didn't take it with them. Most of the grave robbers got their crap. Fun fact, Summoner doesn't auto-heal either.
Good riddance, freak.
Oh, Bobby Kotick is a piece of shit, but... if you guys ever wonder why Blizzard doesn't particularly give me any kind of, like, access to anything, it's probably because I say stuff like that. Oh, I would not want to own an island. I like having internet. Our symbol is... we got spiral, downward, circle, smile, triangle, square. Which one's missing? It's the... oh, it's the crescent. Okay. Honestly, give me $500,000, you likely would never hear from me again except for maybe on YouTube. Because I actually enjoy creating YouTube content. But you would never see me dealing with most people after that. Just give me $500,000 and I'll leave everybody alone. I can invest that $500,000 and make it stretch the rest of my life. But let's see. We don't really have any other passive skills we want, do we? We are level 8. Oh, we don't have any skill choices left. Derp. Oh, $6 billion. And he's worth almost what? How many hundreds of billion? Yeah, Starlink currently is a garbage fire. But I kind of expected that whenever it first launched. At $6 billion, that's more likely tax write-off. Or a social move to actually keep him from getting quite as much flack as, you know, Bezos. Because, frankly, a lot of people worship Musk. For the most part, he is about on par with Bezos. Except Bezos actually knows how to do the stuff that he claims. Whereas Mr. Musk there, yeah, he's a businessman. He is basically the quintessential businessman. He's lauded as a genius, but he's really just greedy and buys people who do it for him. It's the better than nothing beta, so at least they were honest. Yeah. I would not want an Elon Musk. The things look into his business practices, look at how he treats people, and then tell me that, yeah, he may do these things for public image, but he is not a good person. He is very much not a good person. He's doing everything within his power to do the same thing Bezos is doing, which is accumulate ungodly amounts of wealth on the backs of other people. We're going to be using Jav mostly in Nightmare. I mean, I have a Javelin on me. Oh, what? Ugh. Thank you for teleporting me there. Guess I shouldn't insult rich people. Bobby saw my stream and decided to lag me out there. Sorry, I'm having to take these down real quick, because this is going to get overwhelming really quick if I don't. There's another one there. That was a lot of enemies. So anyway. I wouldn't say he's worse than Bezos. He's just as bad as Bezos. Honestly, I would not want $1 billion. Give me $1 billion. I'm going to give away most of it to people who need it. I don't want that much money. I don't want the responsibility of it, nor do I want to hoard it like some crazy person. There is a point where hoarding becomes insanity. Just because it's money does not change it from being insanity. Them hoarding billions and closing in on trillions of dollars is no different than the crazy cat lady hoarding cats and garbage in her house. It's hoarding for hoarding's sake and needs to be confronted. And sorry if that irritates some people. I will not... I don't usually rant about stuff like that, but that is one of those things where it's kind of I have very little love lost for the wealthy. There are a few that do good things. They are few and far between. And they are far from the wealthiest because they do good things, rather than accumulating wealth to stockpile. Oh, I heard a rune. Oh, it's just an eld. We'll take it, though. I think probably the ones that I dislike the most, by the way, aren't even like the super rich, like I am greedy businessmen who exploit the working class. The ones I despise the most are probably the super wealthy mega church nonsense garbage people. Have a good night, Gunblazer, and sorry for closing out the stream with a rant. Hopefully you have a very good evening, and may you find all the items you are looking for. Oh, and we were getting hit by a firewall there. An invisible... Oh, nope, now we're getting hit by the bolts, but yeah. We were getting hit by an invisible firewall for a second there because it was a tick damage. Which was a little bit weird, but it's fine. I need healing potions. There's one. But we are almost done. We just have to get to Mr. Duriel. There are 2 Unravelers in here. There's probably one in that hallway, too. If I had to guess. Oh, yeah, that church guy in Houston. Don't even get me started on him. Because, yeah. Awesome. Oh, now I had to mention Eld Runes, and we are building up on those Eld Runes. That's actually a good thing. Once we get up to at least 4, I'm content with that. It was a little bit weird that we just weren't getting any. So let's go ahead and get Penetrate, which boosts our attack rating a little bit. One thing about Penetrate is it is overridden by Blessed Aim, which kind of sucks. Okay. Where, oh where, is our little Duriel? Oh where could he be? There's one. And I saw a small charm drop. So we'll throw out a few arrows. There you go. And one nice thing about this setup is we're actually not going to be running out of arrows very often. So that goes away. And yeah, we've got 2 Eld Runes already. Sweet. So that should cap us off at the 4 for our shared stash at least. Nice. So let's see. We're probably... no, we're fine on cold resist. We can cap it up just a little bit higher if we want to, but we should be fine. This is going to be a dead end. Oh no, it goes off onto the side. Sweet. We're just keep going further in this direction, I guess, until we find it. Hey, Dayshade. How's it going? Why am I seeing multi-shot coming from in here? Was it... Oh, there was just 2 of them next to each other. Okay, it seemed like we had a multi-shot boss, and I was going to be just like, geez, how many of these buggers are there? But we're doing okay. Hopefully you're doing all right, Dayshade. Do we actually even want to bother fighting these? They're just kind of in the way. Bye. Don't die on me, Jamali. You should teleport to me, but no guarantees that he will. He sometimes just decides not to randomly. Ow! Now, multi-shot not quite as good as some of the other options that we have, but at the same time, I don't feel like investing in them because we're going to be doing dual like split between bow and javelin anyway. So fuck off, mercenary. God dang it. I need to just go bug him, honestly. He's going to be irritating until we do. And this is going to be another dead end, I think. Yeah, that's a dead end. Bye, Flying Scimitar. Bye, Flying Scimitar. There you go. Sorry, we still have a few more enemies to deal with. I'm not even that worried about the mercenary dying, but yeah. Teleport is OP. Your sources and legacy 95% geared, and teleport is just great. What level am I right now? I am level 19. If you go back to town and talk to the gambler, it'll put which temple he's in the quest log. I mean, it already tells me. And you can tell what temple he's in by looking at what symbol is missing off the glowing symbols above. I usually like guessing it before I even open the quest. We are in the right one. I already know that we're in the right one. But, yeah. Thank you for the heads up. Let's see. There's where we need to be. Thing is, we were just wandering around in this godforsaken place. Can you not revive the shit behind me? I am getting reaction locked. That's sucking.
Not enough mana.
There's one down. How many of you are in there? There's got to be at least 4 or 5 of them. There's another one. Yeah, there were, what, 5? With little shits in there? Yeah. Quite a few. Die. And you don't have to talk to anyone to get it. You get the symbol as soon as you go at the book.
Good day.
Let's resurrect Dingus. Do I bother actually bugging him?
Yes.
Maybe. And yes, I'm keeping just enough to revive him and buy stuff in my stash. I have way more in the shared stash. And we do need scrolls. We should be good. We're using kind of a crappy bow still, but it's fine. Yeah, teleport is a very powerful skill. Think it also gets people into a lot of trouble very frequently, though, because they'll teleport a little bit recklessly and end up in the middle of packs and just completely die. Hey, wow, we are getting all the L and Ls. I am so happy. Believe it or not, I'm not being sarcastic. I really am actually happy to be getting Ls and Ls. They're usually the bane of my existence to not get enough of them, because I'm usually farming in like hell difficulty by now. So, because I usually don't just go through all the characters without farming in between them whenever I'm starting from scratch. But for the most part, I have been lately, and I found it kind of satisfying. And yes, we know where it is. We're just clearing out this room first. We're going to get reaction locked fairly quickly if Mercenary does not come down here and help. He's fighting a bunch of these little Ghoul Lord guys up there. Yes, I am aware of that, Kuro. You can do the same with Bolt and Identify Tomes as well. You have to shift click to buy it back, if I remember correctly. At least in LOD you did. Can you actually shoot? Thank you.
Not enough mana.
Keys also work that way as well. It's one reason, like, whenever I'm like in Act 3, I'll often prefer actually having... There we go, let's go and get you. You next. But yeah, it's one reason why, like, in Act 3, I'll actually prefer having just a small stack of keys and taking it to Ormus, rather than bothering with doing the whole walk over to Jackass in the middle of nowhere thing. But yeah, it's a pretty good little trick.
Hello.
And then there's shift clicks and control clicks and all that stuff in D2R that makes life a little bit easier as well. So let's buy that. Yonk. And I think we are good. There's been a lot quieter of a stream this time. I think it's because it's Saturday night. Go into... You can't do it on here, but if you are in single player, you cannot do this on multiplayer. You have to be in single player on console. Go into gameplay, and it should be in there somewhere. The player's 8 setting for single player. If you're on multiplayer, it's not going to work. What happens when you up the staff now? I don't have the stuff to show that off on this character. I don't have that stuff to do it reliably online, period. And we're gonna, if we die, I'm already telling you it's because I'm being lazy. And I just forgot to get my potions stocked up. That's even worse than what I was. We're just not let's get a couple thawing potions, but it's not gonna do anything. We're not gonna do the full, like, fill up our belt nonsense. So let's just get 6. We'll give 4 to Mercenary and 4 to me.
Thanks. Thanks.
That gives us 2 minutes.
Thanks.
Is it gonna be enough? Probably. But yeah, if you up them, it does do a fun thing. It's also how you can get a plus Druid skills axe. Believe it or not. A rare plus Druid skills axe. Let's back off a little bit. Let's back off a little bit again. Am I just going to face tank him? I might just have to face tank him. Because we haven't gotten any of our javelin skills. Yeah, I have the complete Saigon set. I don't have the shield on this character right now, though. We could put it on with the javelin side if we wanted to. And you notice that we have plenty of life leech. At least Duriel is consistent. That is the Duriel set on the ground right there. And on that note, I'm going to go ahead and call that a stream. We cannot top the Duriel drop. So I will see you guys next time on Tuesday, whenever we start in on Act 3 and make our way through that. So keep gaming, have fun, peace out. This has been Alzorath. Bye.